these plain clothes?
Ain't that the way they say it goes? Ain't that the way? You gotta make a bet when places show where you can't play. Even when you know you're gonna lose, it ain't tax exempt, it ain't even dues. Ain't that the way? Even when you know you're gonna lose, it ain't tax exempt, it ain't even dues. Ain't that the way?
Open up. Okay, you know the routine. Let's go. Why don't you take a seat? So, what time was it when it happened?
How many times I gotta tell you, you got the wrong guy?
We don't have all the kinks out of the system yet.
And look, I gotta go to the John, or is that a federal offense?
On your feet.
Hey, move it up, blow your head off! Everybody freeze! Now! I said freeze! What do you do? Freeze! Get those hands up! I want unmarked car, gas, and money now! Okay, take it easy. We'll take care of you. Hold it! Come on, hey, break my arm! I'll make this the guy
What happened?
Come on, a car and a tank full of gas.
Unleaded?
You two got an assignment. You're in charge of security for Helen Granger. She arrives tomorrow.
The Helen Granger who's been bum rapping the Equal Rights Amendment?
Yeah, that's the one.
Well, how do you feel about the enemies you've made because of your conservative stand on these issues?
Well, I suppose it can't be helped. Besides, it's not as if I'm running for political office.
Nothing you do would surprise me.
I am going to take that as a compliment.
Mrs. Granger, as a leading figure in the anti-feminist movement,
Haven't you acquired a great deal of power for someone who would like us to think of her as just another wife and mother?
I don't think of it as power. I think of it as support for my beliefs.
Oh, and what exactly are those beliefs?
That every American woman has the right to be a full-time wife and mother without being forced to work outside the home.
Well,
I can't believe I'm doing this.
There are an awful lot of women out there who
I
have
could
to
be out
work
finding Harvey,
in
our
order to
anniversary
support
present.
themselves and their children.
Helen would love that.
An awful lot of women insist upon going out to work and competing with men. I can't imagine why any woman would want to give up her freedom and become imprisoned like men. That's right, boys. You don't know it, but you're in much worse shape than we are.
I think my lunch is coming up.
You're talking about economics here.
I'm talking about freedom.
Economic freedom.
What about the economic freedom of men whose jobs have been taken over by women?
Wait till she gets
Well,
a load
just to
of
be
us.
fair, I think this would be a very good time to read the Equal Rights Amendment. What do you think?
Fairness is what I'm all about.
It says here,
Thank you very much, Mrs. Helen Granger, for being here today.
I loved every minute of it. Thank you so much, Hal.
After we meet her, I'm not going to say anything. I'm afraid what will come out of my mouth.
Well, it certainly went by very quickly.
You were wonderful.
Oh, thanks again.
Watch your step.
Oh, yes, thank you. Thanks.
Mrs. Granger?
Yes.
I'm Detective Lacey, NYPD. This is Detective Cagney.
How do you do?
What can I do for you?
We've been assigned to protect you.
But I requested police protection because a man...
We know, ma'am. We're it. Your limousine's waiting outside. Something tells me you're uncomfortable, Mrs. Granger.
Uncomfortable?
With us being your security. It's my guess you feel safer with a couple of guys.
Rather than police persons? I won't deny it.
You mind if I smoke? If I don't have just one little puff, I'm going to die.
Oh, go ahead. Although it's the other way around, isn't it? Well, since you seem to be it for the moment, I guess I'd better fill you in on what's been happening to me.
You left on a lecture tour 3 weeks ago yesterday. Approximately 2 days after you left, you began receiving telephone calls of an obscene nature. First call came after your initial appearance at Cornell. The second one in Utica, third Syracuse. You then became concerned and contacted police departments in each and every city that you were speaking, Albany, Rochester. They attempted to trace the calls, but were unsuccessful in doing so. And last night was the final engagement of your tour at Princeton, and this morning you boarded a helicopter for New York, Mrs. Granger.
Did you enjoy the ride in this limo from the airport to the TV studio?
It's good for meetings, and we do most of our entertaining here, but our real home is in Connecticut. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Helen.
What present? What are you talking about? It was him again.
Take it easy. You said something about a present?
I don't know what he's talking about. He was here. In my apartment. He left that.
Don't touch anything.
I'm going to check the rest of the place.
We'll get a forensic team up here. Find out how he got in. Until now, it's just been phone calls. Is that right, Mrs. Granger?
What does he want? I don't know what he wants.
Mrs. Granger, you step in here, please.
Settle down, okay?
But I tell you, I was minding my own business. It is
304, public nuisance, okay?
My dear fellow, this is a free country. You do remember Abraham Lincoln, don't you, huh?
That the tall fellow with the beard?
Yes.
Yeah, I used to go out with his sister.
But I bring him here legally. I told the policeman, I have the papers.
I don't care if you got his grandfather's birth certificate. It is against the law to take a python or other poisonous reptile on the subway.
Ah, Dunkard is not poisonous.
Isn't it about time for the girls to check in?
Yeah, what?
I got something that's now they're gonna make the hair on their two little heads stand up. It's gonna turn white.
Yeah, so what is it?
Here we go.
Yeah, it's a great gag.
Hey, it's genius, even if I say so myself.
Yeah. Great gag.
What should I get Ha for our anniversary?
What anniversary is it?
Our 12th.
A see-through black negligee.
Christine, I was thinking of getting him a meerschaum.
Rebecca, you can't fit a dog that size into your tiny
A
apartment.
meerschaum is a pipe, not a dog. Hiya, men.
Hi.
Jeez, it's like a graveyard around here.
Hey, you girls want to see something really cute? We just found this sweet little bugger in the subway.
Ooh, hello, sweet skin. Look at you, aren't you pretty? You're just all curled up there for a nice nap, aren't you? He's a real live when he's fat and sassy.
Okay, so what's happening with your big, obscene phone call taper?
Hey, hold your horses, cowboy. If it was a man that was receiving those threats, he'd be an endangered species, right? But since it's a woman, she's a neurotic ready for the loony bin.
Relax. Who said anything about being neurotic? Yeah, I saw the Granger lady on the Carson show. She's an okay broad.
Why? Because she thinks if a woman isn't in the sack, she should be making a pot roast?
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Not if your life's goal is to become a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader.
Will you two get off each other's case? Lacey, come on. You got a report for me or what?
Yeah, the guy's a real psycho. He gets off on tearing up Granger's underwear, you know. Forensics found nothing.
Well, let's send a telephone trace team down there.
We already arranged for that.
Good. Who's covering?
Davidson and Velasquez are on it.
She's scheduled to speak tomorrow at the Village Auditorium, and she has been advised that it would be wise to have protection.
We're gonna miss the fight.
Well, fans, here we are at the beginning of round number 2. And this match was Dominic Trujillo.
Good. Bring him. Close here. Yeah.
Oh, what a shot. Good.
Come on.
Where's he gonna punch?
Baby, up, yeah.
As easily as he did
It'll never go to distance.
5-10, no knockout.
All right, you're on.
What round is it? The second.
Your boy's holding his own.
Hey, it's Becky. You know Luke the Nuke was their first caller? Cagney and Lacey. That was over the 23rd, right?
Yeah.
Luke, pal, you're kidding. You must be putting me on.
That's right. They started his career. If they hadn't busted him, he never would have made it to national TV now.
Hey, sweetness. I got a newfound respect.
Detective LaGuardia, 14th Precinct. Just a moment.
Lieutenant.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Helen Granger. She wants to talk to the man in charge.
Yeah, well, give it to Cagney and Lacey, will you? It's their case.
Lieutenant, she wants to talk to the man in charge.
Cagney, will you take the call? Tell the woman she got the best in the department on the case and leave me alone.
Watch his right, Luke. Watch his right.
Cagney, will you take the call? Cagney, I can't see through you. Come on.
Yeah.
Hit him again.
He deserves a point for backing us.
Well, you know why he's backing us. He doesn't want to miss the fight.
I'll take it any way I can get it. Go ahead back to the bloodbath. I'll talk to her.
I owe you one.
Detective Lacey. Yes, ma'am. I see. When was that? Well, ma'am, I think that my superior would advise that you cancel.
He's not getting up.
Come on, up.
He's never getting up.
He really rang his bell with a punch.
Boxing is the only so-called sport where one player tries to do irreversible harm to another.
What do you know about boxing, LaGuardia?
What do you know about boxing, Cagney?
Well, it's an art. To me, boxing is an art. It's the art of attack and defense, using your fists, but it's practiced as a sport. It's been around for almost as long as 5,000 years, and I think it began and originated in Samaria.
Samaria?
Samaria, yeah, which is now Iraq. From Iraq, it spread down and went across.
Okay. So you know about boxing.
Thank you. Lieutenant, that fan of Helen Granger's that's been following her on the lecture circuit, he called her again. He added a little something.
Like what?
He said he's going to kill her.
All right. Get her back on the phone and tell this department advises against her doing that lecture thing tomorrow.
She has been so advised.
And she's not about to take the advice, right?
Right.
Okay. When does she do the lecture?
Tomorrow at 4.
LaGuardia, you and this Becky, you go on over to Granger's place tomorrow morning and stick with her the whole day, all right? Cagney, you and Lacey go over to that auditorium and take a peek. Tonight.
I better call Harv.
Hello?
Who is it, Mike?
Hi, Mom. Here's Dad.
Hiya, honey. Yeah, they did their homework. Just a quart of milk and some onions. Yeah, okay, me too. I'll wait for you to eat. Did you wrap your gift to Mama?
Almost.
Hey, Mike, what are you doing?
I just want to see what you're giving her.
Oh, man, a sales lady. She folded it perfect.
I was just looking.
Now we gotta fold it up again, right?
What is it?
PJs, can't you see?
It doesn't look like PJs to me.
It's girls' PJs.
Is this all Mom said she wanted for our anniversary?
It's the thought that counts. Isn't that right, Dad?
That's right, and it's a surprise, huh? So don't say anything, okay? It's a secret between us guys. Huh? Okay.
And you know how much they want for the pipe and tobacco setup? You know, that works with a pipe and tobacco humidor? $269.
So what? It's your 12th anniversary. He's gonna love you for it.
Well, he'll love me for getting it for him. He'll kill me for spending the money. Hey, what you doing? There he is!
Where?
Go! Nice fella.
Look, Mrs. Granger, we went to check out the auditorium, and he was there, but he got away. We think that you'll be taking a very big risk going back there tomorrow.
In other words, I am supposed to give up my work because of your incompetence.
We'll have better luck next time. How do you like that? You know what she said?
What?
She thinks we're in the wrong profession.
Yeah? I think maybe she's in the wrong gender.
You guys sure are touchy about that woman.
How would you feel if you were guarding the head of the Ku Klux Klan?
Might leave my gun at home.
Cagney, Lacey, you know who that was? That was Helen Granger. You know what she wants? She wants you two off the case.
Fine. She wants us off. We're off the case.
Hold it a second. Helen Granger does not set the assignments here. I do.
So are we off this lousy case or not?
I don't get it. What is your beef with her?
You wouldn't understand.
Again, with the I wouldn't understand. Try me.
It's
Politics.
economics.
It's that Gloria Steinem feminism stuff, right?
Well, come on, explain it to me. I want to know.
Men will not be truly liberated until women are. But Helen Granger doesn't want women to be liberated because she thinks men should take care of women.
I don't get it.
It's simple. Helen Granger says women are already better than equal under the law. They don't have to serve in the army. They don't pay alimony. It's stuff like that.
How come you know that? You're single.
You never know.
If you ask me, it's all bull.
It's bull, it's bull. Why do you always come on like that, is Becky?
Comes naturally.
Petrie, you help us here? The Constitution of the United States said all men are created equal, right?
Right.
And they didn't live up to it. So they put in an amendment about black men. Now you're gonna have a kid?
Right.
If it's a girl, don't you want her to be equal under the law?
Of course I do.
All right.
Come to think of it, Thelma had a job once.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We need a little extra money. You know, we were young and just starting out. Yeah. Might have been the happiest.
So what happened?
Well, so when I was finally well situated, I made her quit.
Good night.
Lacey. Cagney, hold it a minute. I got a message for you from Captain Hightower.
Hightower.
Yeah, you remember him, Public Relations, NYPD? Well, he wants you to call Peter Schuyler, sports writer. Schuyler wants to talk to you two about your favorite fighter, Luke Powell.
Sir, what we have to say about Luke Powell, Peter Schuyler would not be allowed to print.
Well, maybe not. But Schuyler's making a lot of noises about parole for Powell, and he wants your input. So, remember the image of NYPD and be like you always are, girls. Nice.
So, Pete Schuyler came to see, huh?
Uh-huh.
He's gonna put you in his column?
Oh, I doubt it. He's pushing to get Luke Powell parole. We're against it.
Luke Powell's a good fighter. How long's he been up the river?
Harvey, nobody says up the river anymore. But I'll tell you something. Up the river is exactly where Luke Powell belongs. Mean. That was one hostile guy. Out of control, you know. Rage like that, it's like insane. He's a killer.
All right, but he's had some time to cool off. Well, how long's he been up there now? What, 6, 7 years?
Oh, sure. Great. Who's always saying longer sentences, throw the book at him? You're Mr. Law and Order until it comes to some jock. Then all of a sudden, go easy, because the spotlight washes all your sins away. I'm not only talking about Luke Powell.
Hey, come on, get off your soapbox, will you? Maybe the guy's turned around, huh? Maybe he hasn't, but in case he has, don't you think he rates a shot?
Everyone's entitled to a shot, Harv.
You bet.
Harvey, you ever get the feeling that sometimes I'm screwing up your act?
What are you talking about?
I'm a cop and you're chopping onions.
So?
So according to Helen Granger, I should be chopping the onions
And I should be up on a skyscraper catching rivets, huh? Yeah, I could live with it. Didn't work out that way, did it? So what are we gonna do, break up a lousy marriage?
Harvey, do you think that I would be crazy for you if all of a sudden you went completely bald?
I don't know.
You know, someday, Helen Granger is going to run for president of the United States. If she does, would you vote for her?
Hey, a screwball who thinks a woman's place is in a home, huh? Gotta admit, it's a gutsy position. Hey. Tomorrow night, in case you forgot, our anniversary.
Tomorrow.
Got reservations at the Shamrock.
I don't know, Harv. Tomorrow I'm supposed to bust the entire mafia.
Get out of my kitchen.
How long's it been? An hour and a half? 2 hours?
Just about. You think Harv would like a leather-bound edition of Mark Twain? No. No, he'd let the kids look at it. They'd get peanut butter and jelly all over it. I came up with this stuff in the middle of the night. Bathrobe is a lousy idea. Jogging suit?
Jogging suit, Harv?
I said it was the middle of the night. Aftershave. Hello?
Tell me why you call me. What do you want from me? What do you want to say to me? Are you lonely?
Come on, baby.
Where are you? Where do you live?
Come on.
Tell me something about yourself. Do you go to school?
th and Broadway, southwest corner. 14th and Broadway, southwest corner, phone booth.
About 5 minutes ago, a call was made from that phone booth. Did you get a look at the caller?
Yeah, well, I was busy with a customer, you know? I mean, I wouldn't even notice the guy at all, except that he ran out of that phone booth so fast, he almost knocked over my stand.
There's a man, huh?
Well, he sure wasn't wearing no high heels.
Did you get a good look at his face?
Well, I'll tell you, it happened so fast that, I mean, he was gone before I can catch my breath.
Thanks, Mr.
Aparicio.
Aparicio.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Don't look at it. Mrs. Loomis, the owner of that store, saw the caller, and she will come to the precinct when she closes. Any luck? A little. Little.
Lieutenant Samuels, Mrs. Loomis.
Loomis, this is Mr. Uhrig. He's our sketch artist. This is Mrs. Loomis. She's the lady who saw the man in the telephone booth.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Sit down. Relax. Don't force anything.
Hello.
Don't push it.
Oh, I remember him quite clearly. He was about 5 feet 11 inches. He had fuzzy hair, eyeglasses, and a baby face.
Okay, let me start with a round kind of face.
All right.
Congratulations, you made Schuyler's column.
2 women scorned. Oh, listen to this. Whoever invented the phrase, the milk of human kindness, never had to break bread with the 2 female police persons I met yesterday.
There's more.
Completely disregarding Luke Powell's efforts at rehabilitation. Ah, jeez.
Forgot to mention the crime we committed.
Lacey, when Don's through with this sketch, I want it wired to every police station in every town where Granger ever lectured, you hear?
Yes, sir.
How about this?
Oh, it's really beginning to look like him. I can't believe that you can actually reproduce something like this with a simple description.
Yes, that lower lip. It seemed to quiver like when he was talking on the telephone. But the hair could be a little darker. Some of it kind of thicker on one side than the other. Jaws, I never forget. It was a strong jaw, definitely.
Let's see what you got, Don.
You've done him perfectly. We're not staying. We just came to show you this. Anyone you recognize? Hello? Oh, Jason.
You bet I'm ready. I made a commitment to talk. I didn't cancel my lecture at Village Auditorium, and I am not about to cancel because some psychotic whom they can't catch threatened me.
You think her husband is a possibility?
If you were her husband, wouldn't you be tempted?
What? No, I can't guess who's going to introduce me. Judge Margaret Stockwood. Jason, you're a genius. It must have been tough rounding up somebody black, conservative, and a mother of 4 who actually likes me. Thanks. Gotta run. Bye-bye. Well, you were the ones who saw him. I certainly never did.
Let's get one thing straight, Mrs. Granger. Even though we're not a couple of linebackers from the Jets, we've still been assigned to protect you.
In your fashion.
Come on. Let's get out of here.
I don't want to go to Hawaii. I get burned on the first day, Thelma. Why should I fly 6,000 miles to stay indoors for 9 days? Huh?
Well? Huh? Oh, no, nothing yet.
Listen, we'll talk about it later.
Maui no Ka'oi.
What?
Maui, #1, the best. You'll love it.
You check out those mugshots, will you?
I was only trying to be helpful.
Suspect had been arrested for armed robbery. Served, he...
Walter?
Are you kidding? Do you know how many fats and chemicals you're eating?
Just pastrami.
Animal fats, parasites, carcinogens, nitrates, sodium.
Maybe that's why it tastes so good, huh?
Lieutenant, any response on that wire photo we sent out?
Ah, bupkis. No, that Loomis broad that we brought up here with the description, she probably didn't even see the guy at all.
What, you think she made all that up?
Well, who knows? Maybe that's the way she makes herself feel important. Maybe that's a substitute for sex.
When you write your autobiography, Lieutenant, don't give up the comic book rights.
Hey, Mr. Aparicio.
Hey, Laura, how are you?
Fine. You mind if we ask you a few more questions?
No, go right ahead. Go ahead.
Terrific. You know the guy that was in the phone booth that bumped into your stand here? I know you said you didn't get a very good look at him, but does this do anything to your memory, huh?
Oh, wait a minute. Like I told you, I never saw his face.
You don't remember anything about him?
Well, he had his back to me. You know, I was getting pretty teed off. You know, I mean, the guy... he took my business phone for over 10 minutes. I was running out of hot dog buns and I couldn't make a call.
Said he was in the phone booth for 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Aparicio.
Oh,
hey.
it's all right.
Nice to see you again.
Take it easy.
Ciao. 10 minutes. So the calls to Granger never last more than a minute. He must have his obscene routine down pat.
Or he must have been talking to somebody else before he placed the call to Granger.
Good one.
Ms. Malone? Detective Cagney at the 14th Precinct. Yeah. You helped us trace a call from a phone booth in Manhattan with the number 9832. That's right. What we need to know is, was another call placed from that number minutes before the call to the Granger apartment? That's right. Terrific. Can you get right back to me? Thanks.
No, I don't need a physical, Thelma. I'm feeling fine, yeah. Then it was just a heartburn, that was all, yeah. But I don't have to exercise, no. I get all the exercise I need just walking to the funerals of all my athletic friends. You don't think that's funny, Thelma?
Detective Cagney, 14th Precinct. Yeah. The call was made to Yonkers. Subscriber's name is Mike Walker. And the number? One more thing, Ms. Malone. We've got traces on calls made from Utica, Syracuse, and Rochester. Yeah, and what we want to know is if the calls to Yonkers were also made from payphones, just before the obscene calls. Mrs. Walker.
Yes?
We'd like to talk to you about your son, Mike.
Who are you?
We're police officers, New York City. I'm Detective Lacey. This is Detective Cagney. We come in for a minute?
All right. Is he in some kind of trouble?
When was the last time you saw your son?
He's been traveling.
Utica, Syracuse, Rochester.
Yeah. Why are you asking all these questions?
Have you ever heard of a woman named Helen Granger?
No. And neither has my son.
How do you know that, Mrs. Walker?
Because he tells me about every girl that he meets. We have a very sincere and open relationship. Michael tells me everything.
Well, we have reason to believe that he's been making threatening phone calls to this Helen Granger.
You're wrong. How could he? You don't even know her. You have no right to come into my home and make such ridiculous accusations.
We didn't mean to upset you, Mrs. Walker. Is this your son?
Yeah, but he's taken off some weight since that picture. I made him stop eating sweets.
Oh, he got a merit badge in beekeeping. That's just like my son.
Oh, Michael was an Eagle Scout.
Yeah, Harvey Jr.'s still a tenderfoot.
I'm sorry to have bothered you.
If you hear from your son, we would like to talk to him.
Okay.
Mrs. Walker, does your son own a gun?
He has a license for it.
Does he carry it with him?
Of course not. He always keeps it here. It was always there.
The guy's name is Michael Walker, and the picture matches the sketch.
And what's his relationship with Granger?
His mother says that he's never met her before in his life.
Just some kind of psycho. Samuels, 14th Precinct. Yeah, I know she's going on an anti-ERA fundraiser tonight, LaGuardia. So what? Okay. Pal from Yonkers. Just called Granger. Said she's never going to make it to that fundraiser unless she sees him first.
He has a gun, Lieutenant.
Why not? Everybody else has. I'll get an APB out on this guy, Walker. You two get over to Granger's house, stick on her tail. Don't let her out of your sight. Let's hope she resumes her lecture tour, gets out of town and off our backs.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
What?
Harvey.
Hello?
Hiya.
Hey, what are you doing? I'm waiting.
Harv, you're gonna hate me.
Yeah?
Harv, it's our anniversary.
Yeah, our anniversary. Same day every year, last 12 years.
And you have reservations and everything?
Not everything. So far, just reservations.
I can't make it, baby. I'm on duty.
Okay, so you can't make it. You're on duty.
You're mad.
Mad? I'm not mad.
Harvey, why do you always keep everything in? When you're mad, say you're mad.
I'm disappointed. What do you expect? It's our anniversary, huh? I am not mad.
Stay up for me, huh? Please?
Think I could go to sleep without you? Be careful, Mary Beth, huh?
Yeah.
All clear on 912. On my way to check 914.
We copy. He loves all that physical stuff. Can't you just picture him leaping from roof to roof?
Or tree to tree.
You okay in there, Mrs. Granger?
I'll be right out. I'm just spraying my hair.
Did you get a load of that dress she's got on?
What's the matter with it?
Nothing. Wish I could afford it.
All ready.
Wait a minute. I'll check and make sure that everything's clear.
Thanks.
You smell that perfume? Cagney and Lacey must have been driving this thing around yesterday. It's kind of heavy, like mentholated musk.
It's my new cologne.
Oh, just what I need right now.
Maybe it's not him.
Don't you believe in women's intuition either, Mrs. Lacey? Hello?
LaGuardia. He's on the line.
I really don't have time for this right now. 1,200 people have paid $10 a plate to hear me speak, and make no mistake, I am going to be there.
Don't talk to me about 1,200 people.
May I ask you something? What have I ever done to you?
You don't listen to me.
Listen to me, Michael. I'm a friend of your mother's, and she is very, very worried about you.
Who the hell are you?
Doesn't matter. I saw that picture of you with the Boy Scout uniform. Geez, you got a lot of merit badges, didn't you?
You were in my house?
Anyway, your mother wrote you a letter, and she had no idea where to send it to, so she gave it to me. You want to hear what she had to say? I got it right here in my purse. Hang on just a second. Helen, would you hand me my purse, please? You got that, Meg? 68th and 2nd. 68th and 2nd, LaGuardia. 68th and 2nd. Go. Right here, Michael. I got it. Dearest son. I've been thinking an awful lot about you, Michael. And I miss you. And, son, I wish you'd come on home. Chasing all over the country after that woman, that's foolish.
You told my mother about me and Helen.
Michael, I didn't say anything to her that you would not want her to hear. And she told me that you are a very decent young man. You wouldn't hurt anybody. She told me when you were a kid, you wouldn't even step on an ant.
Mary Beth? We got him.
Mrs. Granger, we got him. Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, could you get over here and take over for me? I got a chance to salvage a couple minutes of my anniversary. You ready?
Yeah. That's a nice set of PJs.
I love my presents, Hubby. I hate myself.
Why?
Because I haven't found you yours yet. And I've been racking my brains for weeks. And work started to pile up so fast.
Hey, you want to give me something that'd make me really happy? Hmm?
Anything. You name it.
There you go. Pleasing your man. Glad to see you learn something from this Helen Granger.
Oh, yeah. She's smart. And she's gutsy. And I wish she was on our side. So what can I give you that would make you really happy?
Give data.
Oh, you're kidding.
Am I? Read statistics on women smokers lately?
Harvey, that's not a real present.
5 or 10 more years with you. It's one hell of a present.
Happy anniversary.
Well, an overworked Smithy is treading on very thin ice when he loses his cool in our Bale catch-up tonight on ITV3 at 8. Next, though, our time traveller Sam materialises as a con man, posing as a rainmaker in Quantum Leap.
Okay, how about if you show me on your dolly where the man hurt you?
We will probably get him someday, because after all, molesters keep on molesting.
Because we just keep on letting him do it.
That's right!
There's no reason for the both of us to defy the court order. Why? What is the worst thing that could happen? Jail. You're her father. Why don't you give her an opportunity to get rid of it? Don't let her carry it around like some secret the rest of her life.
They already fired this Traeger.
Well, that's good of them. Weeding out the pedophiles.
Hi, Carrie.
Oh, Harvey!
She's such an energetic child, such a bright one. I mean, she's really a joy. But recently, she's not been able to respond to her teachers. She's not been responding to her friends. And now she's been taking a doll with her to school every day. Won't let it out of her sight.
You got any ideas on reasons for this, Mr. Stone?
Well, just today, she made a drawing in class, sexually graphic. And Mrs. Skinner, one of her teachers, asked her who was in the picture that she drew. And she said it was the man who hurt her. Then she began to cry. Seamus, no running in the halls, please, young man. Okay? Sorry about that.
That's okay, I'm used to it. Have you notified the parents?
Parent singular. He's a weirdo. I called him right after I called you. He's on his way now.
Well, when he gets here, we're going to want him to take Carrie for a legal medical examination.
There she is.
Your department.
7, right?
7, yes.
Thank you. Low. Hiya. What's your name? I'm Detective Lacey. This is Detective Cagney's my partner. What's the matter? You don't believe me? I got my badge right here. It's, see, that's me right there. We need to talk to you about the man that hurt you. I have to tell you the truth. I already know your name. It's Carrie Mitchell, am I right? Yeah, Mr. Stone told me that. That's a dear little dolly you got there. Mr. Stone says that you like to keep her with you these days, right? Kind of close. So, Carrie, can I call you Carrie? Thank you. So I have to ask you questions about the man that hurt you, otherwise my partner's gonna start to pester me. But, before we start, I want you to know something. Okay? Whatever you want to tell me, no matter what it is, I'll believe you. And if the person that hurt you told you that it was a secret, it's okay to tell me because I'm a police officer. You understand that, right? Okay, well, can I have my badge back? Okay, put this right here, and we'll start, all right? Okay. Who hurt you, honey? Neil. Who's Neil? Your babysitter.
Can you tell us how your babysitter hurt you? Okay, how about if you show me on your dolly where the man hurt you? Carrie. How about a picture? Can you draw us a picture? Atta girl. Who else do you sit for, Neil?
Why?
Just wondered.
You're gonna talk to all of them, right? You're gonna tell them that someone said I was a pervert.
We're not going to say anything we don't have to, but we do have to investigate the allegation.
Yeah, that I...
That you what? That you what?
This is a nightmare.
Could you give us their names and addresses, please?
I've only been babysitting a month. Carrie is the first child I've sat for more than once. The others, you're just gonna have to get the names and addresses from the babysitting service. Look, I want to help you in any way I can, but I have a midterm to go to. I'd like to get dressed. Is there anything more I can do?
When would you be available to talk to us again?
Didn't I just say goodbye to you?
Yeah, I left my wallet and I just locked my keys in the car.
Well, if you wait a minute, I'll look for the extra set.
No, that's all right. I'll get a hanger. It'll be faster.
Did anyone ever tell you you look gorgeous when you're undercover? Want to help Daddy find his keys? Come on.
Uh-oh, looks like we got us a live one here. Police, get back from that car nice and
step away from the car. Let's go.
Get a gun, get the gun.
Leave him alone! Stop! Don't hurt him! Don't hurt him!
Get the hell back!
Stop it! Leave him alone!
Shut up now, you shut up. I'm a cop, damn it.
Her name is Roxanne.
Where's he taking her?
Renoir's, 43rd Street.
Man is going all out, especially for a first date.
I bet you it's got a costume close to a C note for the wine and the tip.
Coleman, how do you know all this stuff anyway?
Hey, does Macy's throw gimbals?
What happened to you? Marathon spat, huh? Hey, a girl takes a poke at me, I get right back at her. I don't want to get away with that stuff just because she's a woman.
Back off, Victor, okay?
Hey, no skin off my nose.
Well, that was very good, Victor. That's quite a bruise. What happened?
I cut myself shaving, all right?
All right. No problem.
Marcus, are you all right?
I don't want anything fancy, you know, just a haircut, that's all. Oh, yeah, and maybe a manicure. Okay, good, yeah. Yeah. Tell Nick that I will make it worth his while, yeah. Right, okay, thanks. You know, there used to be a time you could walk into a barber shop, you plunk down your 6 bits, and that was it. Now you gotta make an appointment, you know. With a hairstylist, you gotta go to a salon. And then they stiff you for 25 bucks. You know what? The only difference I see is that in the old days, the haircuts would last longer.
I don't think you need a haircut. No, you should see Harvey. Wait till it's hanging down over his ears.
Oh, well, Harvey's a married man. A married man doesn't have to worry about his appearance. So, what do you two need?
We want to subpoena some business records.
Which case?
A little girl at school turned out to be a sex abuse case, sir.
One of their own family?
No, the victim claims that she was molested by her babysitter. There have been no priors on the man before, and the service won't cooperate.
Well, figures. They're afraid of lawsuits and bad publicity.
I'll call legal and tell them the subpoena's a priority.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Mary Beth, the hospital called. Carrie Mitchell never came in for examination. Got the father's business card? We'll find out what happened there. Mitchell, McDonald, and Maine, attorneys at law. The lawyer. He was nice for a lawyer, didn't you think? For a lawyer.
Excuse me, Lacey. Cagney. Somebody here to see you.
Yes, Jeremy Mitchell, please. Thank you. I can see he's not there. So how's your dolly feeling? I thought that you were going to take her with you to the doctor. Mr. Mitchell?
No, thank you. We won't be staying that long. Carrie, honey. Are you going to tell the officers what you told Daddy? Hmm? That's all right, honey. Nobody's going to get mad at you, all right?
Hey. Hey, didn't we make a deal this morning? You could say anything to us, right? Come on, it's okay.
I made it up.
What? I'm sorry.
Oh, she imagined it. I guess it's a phase she's going through. I'm just sorry the school didn't call me first before bringing you two into it. I could have saved you a lot of time, and I apologize for any inconvenience this has caused you.
Oh, hey, Carrie. What are you crying for?
Okay, baby. It's okay, baby. It's okay. It's okay. We can go home now.
Mr. Mitchell, please wait.
I'm ready to take Carrie home. This has been very hard on her. She has a school vacation coming up in about 10 days, and I've made arrangements with her grandparents to take her for a few weeks.
Mr. Mitchell, you realize we've already filed a 61 and notified sex crime squad, so this investigation will probably continue.
No, it won't. You can kill it.
We'll have to talk about that with our supervisor, sir.
You do that, it's fine. Tell them it's been a mistake and it's all over with.
It's not that easy now.
You do it. Or I do it. Thank you, detectives.
What is that? It's a yogi thing. LaGuardia? Yeah, he said if I do 50 of these, it's as good as a whole night's sleep. LaGuardia told Coleman to take valerian root to lose weight. You checked the gut on Coleman lately? You didn't sleep much last night either, huh? About 10 minutes before the alarm went off. So what number are you on here? Well, now you see, I don't know. You mixed me up. I kept seeing this scene in my head last night. Neil Traeger offers us coffee, and he's in a state of shock, I guess. Got a child molester running around. We can't even touch him. Let me ask you something. What if he isn't? What if he isn't what? What if he isn't guilty? Well, the little girl's mother just died. I mean, maybe none of this is true. I had a pretty wild imagination when I was her age.
Oh, no, you didn't have an imagination about stuff like that. I mean, you were there. You heard that little girl talk about stuff that nobody her age would know about unless it happened to her. I believe what she said.
Mary Beth, she said that she lied.
Chris, I know as sure as I'm standing here right now, kids don't lie. Not about this.
See her? I don't see her. Maybe your father kept her home. No, she's got to be out here somewhere. Oh, wait. There she is. Carrie? Hey! How you doing? We were looking all over for you. I'll tell you the truth, I was worried about you.
I'm not supposed to talk to people I don't know.
That's a good rule, Carrie. But you know us, right? Come on, talk to us a minute, would you? Last time I saw you, you were crying. And are you okay? Well, that's the important part. Looking forward to going to your grandma's, huh? That'll be fun. Carrie, I told my partner that you're a straight arrow, so could I check something out with you? Remember yesterday we talked in the nurse's office, right? And you told me about your babysitter, remember? And then later on, you came with your father to the squad room, right? Did you make up that story about your babysitter? Did you? What'd I tell you? Straight arrow. Well, I was just wondering what kind of a loving father encourages his child to lie, sir.
Oh, come on, Detective Lacey. This is not the debating team. I have discussed this with Carrie's child psychologist, and it is her reasoned opinion, as well as mine, that Carrie should not be subjected to any further unpleasantness in regard to this matter.
You're not even denying that you encouraged her to lie, are you?
Please spare me your feeble attempts at cross-examination.
We need Carrie's testimony in court. It's that simple.
I'll make it even simpler. Get someone else's child to do your dirty work for you.
We don't have another witness. And testifying in court is not dirty work, sir. It's a civic responsibility.
I know exactly what testifying in court is, Detective. King of the cross-examination, that's what they call me. Although in sex cases, it's not even difficult. My last rape case, I had the victim in tears. Barely knew her own name. I won. A month later, my client was arrested again. Another rape. Now, last week I was in the bank. Ran into the victim. You know, I didn't even know who she was. But she knew me. She remembered me. She spat in my face. No, thank you, detectives. Carrie declines to exercise her civic responsibility.
Mr. Mitchell, this is a first-degree sex abuse case. You keep telling your daughter to lie. You can be tried for obstructing justice, tampering with a witness.
You take me before the grand jury. And I'll hit you with the biggest false arrest suit you've ever seen. And next year, I'll be the richest man in New York City.
You could take her to family court, have you declared an unfit parent.
Another brilliant idea. Arrest me, put Carrie in a foster home. They all lived happily ever after. Now that is the classic, fabled ending.
Petrie.
Yes, sir.
You want me to initial this?
Yes, sir.
Why?
It's all in the report, Lieutenant.
I read the report. You're alleging improper conduct, specifically the use of unnecessary force, and you're alleging it against officers Brundage and Ballard.
That's correct.
I still don't know why. Petrie, suppose it was you out on patrol, and you see a guy trying to break into an automobile, a guy in civilian clothes. He's trying to break in with a coat hanger. You go over to investigate. You don't see a shield. What you do see is a gun and a shoulder holster underneath the guy's jacket. What do you do?
Well, I don't slam the suspect up against a car.
No, what do you do?
No, I don't slam him up against a car. I don't do that.
Well, I'll tell you what I would do. As soon as I see that piece, I don't leave any margin for error. That's what I do. And I want to tell you something, Marcus. These guys had no way of knowing that you were a police officer.
I don't think that's the point,
What
Lieutenant.
is the point?
The point? What they saw, Lieutenant, was a black man, shabbily dressed, in a middle-class, predominantly white neighborhood. Now, if I were white, they would have asked if I needed a locksmith.
You believe that?
Yes.
You know something? In all the years that I've been on the force, I never once filed a civilian complaint form from a fellow officer. No matter what. You know why? Because it can lead to loss of rank, loss of pension, benefits, and maybe even dismissal. Do you realize that? I'll tell you what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to put it on my desk for a couple of days. In the meantime, you think about it. At the end of a couple of days, if you still want me to initial it, I'll initial it, and we'll send it over to the review board.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
What we got? What do you say? Can we do it?
I can't file. You've got an uncooperative witness.
No, it's not the witness, it's the father. See, he's convinced himself that it'll be better for the little girl.
Oh, as opposed to us, who, being on the side of the angels, think it's better to throw her into some adversarial courtroom proceeding and let a jackal of a defense lawyer tear her apart.
Oh, come on, Rhonda. The fault of the judicial system is not on our heads. It's on yours.
Oh, thanks.
You go ahead and laugh. All we want to do is get this man off the streets. Now, can we subpoena this little girl into court without her father's cooperation or not?
Do you have any idea how hard it is to win a case when all you've got is a testimony of one small child? Make that one terrified, traumatized child in an alien, threatening environment of a courtroom, and then you throw in a squeaky clean defendant and a father who's telling her to lie? Nuh-uh. I gotta tell you, I'll pass.
I asked a question you have not answered.
Rhonda, we know this guy is guilty.
Guilty. 90 cents gets me on the subway.
Well, now that is a terrific attitude.
I do not understand what we are arguing about here. Now, I want this guy as badly as you do. Happens that I need witnesses to do it.
But we're still trying to track down possible victims.
Good. You get me 3. And 3 children might still not equal 1 adult in the eyes of a jury. Oh, but hey, who said life was going to be easy? You want lunch? I'm starved.
Who can eat?
I'll buy.
Sure.
Let's canvass Traeger's neighborhood tomorrow. Maybe he approached a neighborhood kid.
It's a long shot. Chance of getting anyone to admit to it are very slim.
All right, we badger the lieutenant again about the subpoena and find out who Traeger babysat for.
Lieutenant's looking for you two.
Thank you.
Well, hurry up. He's already late for Roxanne.
Roxanne?
It's a blind date. Very hot.
Oh, good. Glad you got back before I left. I got something for you.
Is it the subpoena, sir?
No, not yet. The babysitting service is fighting that.
On what grounds?
Well, they're arguing it's irrelevant.
Perfect. Irrelevant. The man works there.
Well, I know that, Lacey. But you got to consider it from their viewpoint, too. Whether it's true or whether it's not true doesn't make any difference. As soon as it hits the newspapers, they're out of business. Besides, they already fired this Traeger.
Well, that's good of them. Weeding out the pedophiles.
It's just arrived.
What is it?
It's a restraining order. Jeremy Mitchell, forbidding you two to approach either him or his daughter.
Well, he can't do that, can he? This is an ongoing felony investigation.
He can, and he did. Police harassment.
It's great. We can't get a subpoena to give us the names of other possible victims. The one witness we do know we're not allowed to talk to, and meanwhile, there is a child molester walking around the city with 2 million kids.
We do what we can. I'll let you know about the subpoena. Anything else?
No, sir. Thank you, Lieutenant.
By the way, how do I look?
With due respect, sir, we got this jerk we can't touch. And your concern about how you're going to look on a date is irrelevant to me, sir.
Don't you get sarcastic with me, Lacey. You think for 1 minute that I don't care about that pervert out in the streets?
No, I'm sorry, sir.
Now, how'd you know about my date anyway? Never mind. Now, you listen to me, to both of you. I've been at this a lot longer than you. And if I let every case that backed me into a corner eat at me, then I'd have been eaten alive long ago. I let myself get riled up about cases I can do something about. And I suggest the same for you, too, both of you.
Yes, sir.
You live a lot longer.
Look very nice, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir, you look very nice.
You look real nice, Lieutenant.
Real nice.
I tried something different. I had Michael read himself to sleep. One of those, what, ESSE Hinton books. I mean, do you believe that stuff? Gangs, drugs, fights, and all that? I mean, this is for 10-year-old kids. Now, when you grew up on Grantland Rice and Red Smith, it's kind of a shock, huh? I guess it's a different world out there. He's doing okay with the reading. I mean, he's no Sir Laurence Olivier, but he's getting better. You want to watch some TV?
No.
You want to talk?
No.
Are you mad at me or something?
No, I'm going for a walk, okay?
Hey, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's terrific. Why don't you just go for a walk?
No, I'm sorry. It's not about you, okay?
Hey, I know it's not about me. You haven't thought about me in days. You're so wrapped up in other people's troubles, you don't have any time to spend with your own family.
What do you want from me, Harvey?
A little affected. Talk to me!
Would you go inside, please? Talk? Okay. Talk. Everybody wants this lousy case to go away. For the babysitting people, it's business. And for this father, I'm furious with this father, Harv. I don't know. This little girl is like, her face is like, porcelain, you know, like. And somebody messed with her, Harvey. And the father brings her downtown and makes her look like the liar. He doesn't care about getting the molester. He won't let her testify. He won't let her even talk to me. And if something like that happened to Harv Jr. or to Michael, I would not sleep until I got the guy that did it. I talked to you. Got nothing to say?
I don't think you want to hear it.
You disagree with me?
No. I just see his point then. I mean, you said it yourself. This little girl, she has been through a lot. And if he thinks that testifying and all that would hurt her more...
Just let the creep go ahead, go on and do it
That
to somebody
is
else.
not what I am saying! I am saying that this man loves his kid just like I love mine.
Don't you dare say that to me, Harv Lacey! I love my kids, and I love you more than anything else in the whole world.
And that is why you haven't spent 15 minutes this whole week with Michael or Harvey Jr. You sit in this chair all night. You hardly talk to me because your lousy job has got all your attention.
My job pays half the bills around here, remember?
So it deserves all your attention?
I'm going to take a walk.
Why don't you walk down the hall with me instead?
I'm going for a walk on my own.
I'll be here.
The lieutenant was in very early this morning. So? He wasn't out late last night.
You saying he struck out with Roxanne?
Well, maybe not. Maybe he never went home. Further news bulletins as they break. You again?
Cagney?
Yes, Lieutenant?
Close the door. Sit down.
Thank you.
So, how you doing?
Well, it's kind of frustrating, Lieutenant, all the dead ends on this case.
No, I'm not talking about your case. How you doing? Your life. You know, life is more than just the work you do, don't you think so?
Oh, yeah, sure. It's just that the work sometimes is easier.
I know what you mean. Listen, Cagney, you're a woman, right?
Well, I'm working on it, Lieutenant.
I mean, you're out there. You date, okay? Huh? And
certain language that you speak. Well, I don't get it sometimes, you know?
Beg your pardon?
Well, let's say, for example, you're going out on a date with a guy for the very first time, right? And let's say that you had a good time with him. What do you say to him?
Say to him?
Yeah, you tell him you had a good time?
Well, if I had a good time, I tell him I had a good time.
Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. So what would you say to him if you didn't have a good time?
That one's a little tricky, Lieutenant. Actually, sometimes you say you had a good time even if you didn't have a good time.
Yeah, sure. That's right. Let the guy off easy, huh? Don't hurt his feelings. That's what I thought. Okay, thanks. You got work to do, right?
No, well, wait a second. I mean, the chances are just as good that she had a good time.
Yeah, so why didn't you say so?
Oh, I thought you did.
Yeah, Samuels. Huh? Yeah, okay, thanks. Yeah, they'll be down to pick it up. Your subpoena cleared. The two of you could pick it up downtown this morning.
Oh, thank you, Lieutenant. Look, Lieutenant, why don't you just give her a call and ask her out again, see what happens?
Yeah, what if she says no?
Well, then you'll know if she had a good time or not.
I think he vaguely looks like a guy. If you want to check him out, we can do that.
It's up to
Hey,
you.
Detective Petrie, can we have a word with you?
I'm in a hurry.
Come on, this should just take a minute.
Listen, maybe we can go someplace a little more private.
Anything you have to say to me, you can say in front of my partner.
All right. We came here to ask you to reconsider filing charges. Look, we're sorry for what happened. It was an honest mistake. Look, I got 11 years, Petrie. You know what'll happen if this goes in my file?
Wonder why you didn't think about that before you jumped me.
Hey, man, we didn't see a shield. All we saw was your piece.
Victor, we better get up to the Bronx.
Hey! You heard the man. Get lost. Let's go.
They stare at me, babe. Think I'm being some sort of hard case. Angry black man with a chip on his shoulder. I know that's what they think.
Are you?
You saw what they did to me.
I gotta tell you, Marcus, if you ever have to make a judgment call like that, man with a gun, I don't care what color he is, I hope you do exactly the same thing.
I can't believe you're saying that. I should go out and roust people.
I'm not saying roust people. But if you do make an error, I hope it's on the side of caution. I'd rather see you facing a brutality charge than me being the grieving widow at some inspector's funeral. This may shock you, husband of mine, but I love you more than I love some abstract concept of civil liberty. What's wrong? Talk to me. I'm your wife.
I let you down.
What?
They beat me up right in front of you and Lauren.
Honey, it's okay.
No, it's not okay. Because I couldn't protect you.
Marcus, I didn't need protection. I felt terrible because I couldn't protect you.
Claudia. I never felt like that before. I felt helpless. All I could think of was that you were watching, and I couldn't do anything about it.
Oh, baby.
Do you know what that feels like for a man?
I don't know what it feels like. But I tell you what I do know. I know that if we need you, you'll be there for me and Lauren. And we'll be there for you. And that's all that matters.
No, babe. See?
Yes. That's all that counts. You don't have to be a Superman. Just Marcus Petrie.
So, one family's moved. One family, the kid's fine. One family doesn't talk to cops, so the kids seem okay. If there's nothing wrong with this Hayes child,
Then I'm not giving up.
well, maybe we'll get lucky this time. Oh, hell, Mary Beth, I did not mean it that way.
I know. It just doesn't matter what we do on this when someone ends up getting hurt.
I tell you, you gotta get off this guilt trip of yours. People getting hurt on this case is not our fault. It is Traeger's, and I'm not gonna let you do it to yourself this time.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Hello?
Mrs. Hayes?
Yes.
We're conducting an investigation. Concerns your son, Michael. Could we talk to you for a few minutes?
Okay.
I don't get it. You ask us for a witness. We got your witness, and now we're doing the best we can.
3-year-old? A 3-year-old on the witness stand?
Okay, you explained it to us. We understand it. We know that it's not gonna be not easy.
Hey! I would settle for not easy. This is impossible.
The man is guilty.
I cannot go into a courtroom with nothing more than the uncorroborated testimony of a 3-year-old. I have to qualify him as a witness. That means that I have to prove that a 3-year-old understands the meaning of the oath and knows the difference between telling a lie and telling a truth.
I know.
You wait! You'll be a 3-year-old. I'm gonna be a real lucky defense lawyer here. Michael, did you see Dumbo? Did you see an elephant fly? Do you believe in the Tooth Fairy? Do you believe in Santa Claus?
I got the picture.
No jury is gonna convict any adult on the word of a 3-year-old.
We're all the picture.
Still, you realize that we will probably get him someday. And we really don't have to do very much because, after all, molesters keep on molesting.
Because we just keep on letting him do it.
That's right! Until we get enough credible witnesses.
Mary Beth. Now, you see, you've upset my partner. Mary Beth, you want to slow down a minute? Where are you going?
It's bad enough we have a sicko out there. We don't know who it is. And we gotta eat ourselves up worrying that we won't catch him until he does it again. But this, Kristen, I know it's Traeger, and I will not sit around and wait for him to rob somebody else's innocence.
Are you going to talk to Carrie's father?
Yeah. Yeah, you go ahead and take the car. I'm gonna get a cab.
Mary Beth, there is a restraining order.
This out of Christine Cagney?
You want to ride?
No, I'll go by myself. There's no reason for the both of us to defy the court order.
Why? What is the worst thing that could happen?
Jail.
I've been there.
When?
I told you, when I was 13, I lifted the ice skate.
Oh, ice skate.
Petrie,
Yes, sir.
I can't find that civilian complaint form anywhere on my desk.
Well, I tore it up.
Oh, you're not going to file?
No, sir.
Well, can I ask you why?
Well, with all due respect, Lieutenant, it's none of your business.
Okay. You're right. It's not. You know, Petrie, my grandfather tells a story about the old country. He and my grandmother were on a train somewhere between Minsk and Pinsk.
Is this the one about the Cossack?
Oh, I told you that one already. With the helmet filled with sour cream?
Yes, sir. A very nice story.
Yeah, so you'll give it some thought.
Right.
Lieutenant? Yeah? Telephone call for you on 3. It's a lady named Roxanne. Hey, what is it with you guys, huh? You never seen a guy get a phone call before?
Nah. Well, Roxanne, how are you? What, in the back of the cab? Oh, well, you know, they turn everything in at the end of the shift, so all you got to do it. I'll tell you what. I'll call over there and I'll see if they've got it, okay? No, it's okay. No. Saturday? I'm free. I love pot roast.
I don't know what I have to do to get through to you people. I do have a restraining order.
Yes, sir. We understand that, but we want to talk to you, sir.
Have you ever been on the wrong side of the bars, Detective? I understand it's a fascinating experience, and I am not bluffing.
I know you're not bluffing, sir. I know you could have us put in jail, and I'll tell you the truth, I wouldn't be angry at you.
Your hand, please.
Mr. Mitchell, will you give me 2 minutes of your time? And then you can go ahead and make your phone call and get the restraining order enforced, okay?
Okay.
I understand why you're doing what you're doing because I got kids myself. You're doing what you think is best for your little girl. And if you could, you'd wrap her up in cotton so that nothing would ever hurt her, no matter what. But life isn't like that, sir. I mean, sometimes, no matter what we do or what we wish, our kids get hurt anyways.
Is there a point to the story? If so, would you please get to it?
Point is, Mr. Mitchell, that Neil Traeger is a filthy, predatory animal who should be removed from society. However, in between his midterms, he is out preying on small children. Children who are just as young and just as sweet and just as innocent as your Carrie. And it's in your power to keep this from happening. And I say if you don't exercise that power, you are responsible for every other child that he hurts.
We already know of one other child he molested, sir.
Now, why can't that child testify? Because his parents won't let him, right?
No, sir, they want to help us, but the DA says the child is too young. His name is Michael. He's 3 years old.
He's 3.
Yes, sir.
We'll be ready to start in just a few minutes. You all ready, Carrie?
Mary Beth.
Hello, Jeremy.
What the hell are you doing here?
I represent Mr. Traeger. Neil, you know Jeremy Mitchell.
Hi, Carrie.
Oh, hey, knock it off. Stop it. I said stop it. Knock it off. Stop it. Stop.
Assault in front of witnesses? Jeremy, old boy, you're slipping.
Just get him out of here.
Mr. Zabi, you and your client have no business here.
Ms. Gallegos, I'm under the impression this is still a public hallway. And we're not breaking any laws.
You're intimidating a witness.
Are we? Neil, come on, let's go sit down over here.
And Miss Gallegos?
Yes.
We're ready to start.
Thank you. Okay, Carrie. Now you just remember everything we said. You can do it.
No.
Carrie, are you afraid because Mr. Traeger's here? Carrie, he can't hurt you anymore. He can't, honey.
Don't want to.
It's all right, sweetheart. Daddy will take you home.
Mr. Mitchell.
I am taking her home.
I'll be back. Mr. Mitchell. Mr. Mitchell, if you take her out of it, then he wins now. Don't you get that? Could I just talk to you for a second?
Would it do any good if her father went in with her?
Just to upset, make her self-conscious.
So what about Mary Beth?
Maybe. I'll see if the foreman will allow an investigating officer to assist me.
Mr. Mitchell, would you please wait?
There's nothing more to say. We're going home.
No, I think it's a mistake, sir. She brought it up. I think it's bad if she gives up in the middle.
I don't care what you think, Detective.
You're her father. Why'd you give her an opportunity to get rid of it? Don't let her carry it around like some secret the rest of her life. She needs to talk about it.
Well, she doesn't have to talk to the grand jury. She talks to me, or she talks to her therapist.
No, sir. It's not the same thing. This way, maybe she helps another little child. This way, what she says makes a difference.
Carrie, sweetheart, do you want to go into that courtroom or not? It's up to you, son. Whatever you decide, it's okay.
I'm scared.
Oh, sweetie. I'll tell you the truth. I get scared every time I go to court. I bet your father does, too. But I'll tell you something that helped me not be scared. Carrie, I imagine I got a friend sitting right in front of me, and I look right in her eyes and I talk to my friend. And I forget about the people in the room and I talk to my friend. You could try that, maybe.
I can't imagine a friend.
Mr. Mitchell! Mr. Mitchell, Detective Lacey can be present during the hearing. The foreman has agreed.
Carrie, understand what she said? You don't have to imagine a friend because you could talk to me in there. Can you talk to me?
Yes.
That's your choice, sweetheart. But you don't have to.
Hey, Carrie. Hey, honey, give me a hand. Now listen. You hang on to my hand, and you keep looking at me, all right?
It's gonna be all right, sweetie.
Good luck.
Okay?
All of a sudden, now he's flying out from L.A. to be at the bedside of dear old Dad.
Ryan. Hello, Dad. Christine?
There's no need for you to worry about your dad moving to California.
Am I worried?
Captain Corielli has recommended that for the good of the department, you be temporarily suspended.
They're charging me with cowardice. Maybe the NYPD will be so short-handed that they won't mind having a coward on the force. I can't just do nothing.
Well, you can trust your friends.
We're exactly alike, Charlie and me. And we belong together, and I'm not going to give them up without a fight. Where is that damn Soretti file, huh? A 6-year-old could file better than the people here.
Maybe they filed it under his first name.
When you look at this, they got 6s with 51s. They got S's put back in the C's. Not only can they not file, they can't even spell. Oh, nuts. Nuts! Wait a minute, I didn't have enough time for this. I gotta get some Chinese therapist for Charlie. He hates the hospital food, and I don't blame him.
Christine, I know that it's been a bad day and you're in a lousy mood because I'm on clerical duty and you're not pulling any terrific cases. But you will feel better after seeing Charlie and your brother.
Yeah.
You give me half of those. Huh?
Thanks. It's been at least 3 years since Brian's seen Charlie, Mary Beth. 12 since he's seen me. All of a sudden, now he's flying out from L.A. to be at the bedside of dear old Dad. I told him the worst was over, but oh, no, he had to come.
Listen to yourself, Christine. It's family. Families are supposed to be together at a time like this. I don't believe this. There's 4 different cases here from 1982, all stuffed in with the current files.
It's Becky, right? He hates going down to the dead file room.
Yeah, almost as much as Cagney does.
All right, we're in big trouble on Friday night. Totino's bellied up on us.
Oh, you're kidding.
Great timing, huh? If we take on the 118th without our best ball handler, we are dead meat.
What's wrong with him?
He's got a little fever, 105 or something. The hospital says he'll be out by Thursday. I mean, really, where's this guy's loyalty?
Gentlemen, you're talking about my game.
Newman, we're talking basketball.
My middle name. You're looking at a guy who once played one-on-one with Earl the Pearl down on West 4th Street.
You and Earl the Pearl, huh?
Yep. Looks to me like you guys can use some backup for your buddy. You need somebody with court smart, someone fast on their feet.
What we need, Newman, is someone tall.
No. Height just gets in the way. Me, I get inside where wise men fear to tread. I'm like a rabbit that can't get caught. I'm like a fly that can't get squashed. I get moving so fast they go dizzy on me just long enough for me to set up you and Marcus here to bing! Swish. Another 2 points for the 14th. Come on, what do you say?
Newman, if you could talk your way up court, the other team wouldn't stand a chance.
You can set up pretty good, huh?
I'm the best assist man on the island of Manhattan. I'll make you look like a star is, Becky.
I don't know. You know, maybe we should let Totino take it easy this weekend. I mean, I would feel terrible if he had a relapse.
Yeah, coming up right. Yeah, what can I get you now?
I don't know. Bag of them, I guess.
Huh? Oh. 14 cookies.
No, it's too close to dinner.
Anything else?
Please, just one.
No. No.
Hey, I have other customers, huh?
Give me the cash. Shut the hell up. Make him shut up.
Hey, give him the money, mister.
Take it. This is all I have.
Nobody's gonna try and stop you, kid. Just keep going. Put that away, a police officer. Stop, police! Get back then and stay. Police, hold it! Hold it! Damn it.
Got away?
Not yet. I'll get on the radio and alert other officers in the area. I'm telling you, kids are screaming. The clerk is standing there like some kind of a zombie, and the boy looks like he's about 2 seconds away from blowing everybody's head off, Pop. He was almost out of control. It was like that, the boy last year. Do you remember the one that went after me with the baseball bat? Well, that's what it was like. Except this time, Pop, I did everything. They cannot say that I did not follow proper procedure, by the book, every step of the way.
Christine, I'm sure you did fine. Just fine.
I did. I'm sorry about the spare ribs, Pop. With everything going on, I forgot to go back for them.
Forget the damn spare ribs. I'm just glad you showed up. It's been a couple days.
Well, we've been kind of busy down at the precinct. So, anyway, what'd you get for dessert, huh?
More excuses. No desserts on a bland diet.
No chocolate pudding, huh? Too bad. Remember when I had my tonsils out? That's the only thing I could eat.
It's the only thing you would eat. You're always more stubborn.
Yeah, just like my old man.
I tell you, Chrissy, this soup and custard diet is going to drive me up the wall. Meat and potatoes, that's what a man needs to build his strength back up. They don't listen to an old man like me. Have you talked to the doctor lately?
Well, not since last Sunday, but he says you're holding your own, Charlie. It's just going to take some time.
Double talk. He's just not telling you, that's all.
Telling me what?
Whatever it is, the hell he doesn't want to tell you.
Just
calm down.
You know what that is? That's my shot when I need the bedpan. They're on the other side of the moon. Brian.
Hello, Dad. Christine.
Good morning, Christine.
Morning.
How's your dad?
Charlie looks better. Sounds worse, as long as you're still real congested.
And?
And what?
And Brian.
He hasn't changed. Still twisting Charlie and everybody else around his little finger.
He's acting like his sister, huh?
Cagney. Grab a chair.
Oh, thank you, Jim.
I got the preliminary 49 on the robbery you came up against last night.
Oh, yeah. Just goes to show cops never off duty, huh, Lieutenant? Any traces of the perp?
No, not yet. I was talking with the duty captain. Seems there's been a complaint filed against you by one of the witnesses.
You're kidding.
I know Captain Corielli for 10 years now. That man does not kid. We got to have some outside corroboration, so I told Newman and Carrassa to have a look at the complaint. I wouldn't worry about it.
With Newman on it?
Relax, Cagney. The only cop I've known who's never had a complaint against him is a cop that's not doing his job.
What's this guy complaining about? Let me guess. Police brutality.
Just the opposite. The witness feels that you were negligent in making every effort to pursue the armed felon.
Well, the witness doesn't know what he's talking about. I chased the thief until I lost him. I even took a shot at him when I had him within range. Asked the guy who runs the store, Mr. Nugent, his name.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yeah, Mr. Nguyen.
Mr. Nguyen who filed the complaint.
There's got to be some kind of crazy mix-up. This Nguyen character was 2 steps behind me the whole time.
Well, you said he didn't speak English very well. They probably took his statement down wrong. I bet you the whole thing is cleared up by the time we chalk out of here tomorrow.
Listen, you want to go out to lunch today? To a real restaurant? Good food, elegant ambiance.
Oh, gee, I wouldn't mind, Christine, if it wasn't for the fancy prices at those places. I got $13.94 till Friday's paycheck. Anyways, I'm not dressed right. Every nice dress I have is at the cleaners. How about that little hamburger place on 39th Street, the one with the special sauce?
No, we can do Montezuma Burgers tomorrow. You be my guest today.
Christine, you paid last time.
I'm not paying. My brother Brian is paying. Don't worry about it. He'll put it on his expense account.
Sergeant Cagney, I wanted to talk to you. I've been thinking about it, and there's no way you could possibly be negligent in your duty.
Oh, gosh, thanks, Newman. I feel better.
No, really, I've been, did you know I was a psych major at NYU? Anyway, you're just not the type.
Terrific.
I can't meet your brother Brian dressed like this.
You look fine.
What I said.
Soup du jour is a bisque d'écrevisse or a cold tomato soup with fresh basilic, pâté de foie de canard, salade d'endives et cresson ou la salade de crevettes avec endives et pamplemousse. Pour des entrées, dans les poissons, on a la Doversole, sautée meunière, les coquilles Saint-Jacques provençales, la poitrine de poulet grillée aux herbes et la cervelle de veau au beurre noir.
You have some memory. Nice accent, too. It's very entertaining.
What sounds good to you?
Oh, it all sounds so French. You go first, Christine.
I'll have the salade de crevettes endive and the Doversole meunière.
And for you, madame?
Could I have something simple, like a ham sandwich?
Ah, a croque madame.
Oh, no soft drinks. I'm drinking milk these days. You know, they used to tell you that you couldn't get too much calcium. Now my doctor tells me don't drink too much milk. Go easy on the dairy products. But what the heck? Make it a ham and cheese. Even better. Lean ham.
Ah, a croque monsieur.
I think he's talking to you.
Oh, I'll have the bisque d'écrevisse and the cervelle de veau beurre noir.
What is that?
Calf's brains.
Sounds nutritional.
Excellent choice.
Thank you. So, Brian, this is a real pleasure.
And a pleasant surprise for me that you could join us.
Christine tells me you're a tax attorney. That must take a lot of time, keeping up with all the changes. I mean, this new flat tax is supposed to make everything simpler, right? But it's still all Greek to me.
Well, that's what keeps people like me in business.
Right.
Cold tomato soup, pâté de foie de canard, salade d'endives de cresson, and la salade.
Well, it must be fun living in Los Angeles. Our boys have always wanted to see Disneyland. You know, and I figured this summer, when the baby's a couple months old, maybe we'll visit out there. You live near Disneyland?
No.
Oh. You have a swimming pool in your backyard?
Yes, I do. I've always felt that swimming was an important social sport for children to learn, along with tennis and golf.
And bridge.
Good memory, Chris.
Some things you don't forget.
Soup du jour is a bisque d'écrevisse or cold tomato soup. Salade d'endives de cresson. Salade d'endives. For the entrée, poisson, d'oversole,
So it must feel real good to see your dad after all these years, huh?
Yes and no. He's aged a lot. Not that he's the only one. Gray hairs are catching up with all of us. Except you, Chris. I like it blonde.
Thank you, Brian. You were saying about Charlie?
I think it's time that we took a long, hard, realistic look at his future. He's not as strong as he used to be, and now that his health is failing.
He's had a bout with pneumonia, for crying out loud. That's it.
I think it's time he made the move to California. He could be with his grandchildren, enjoy the sunshine, pick oranges off the tree every morning. We've got a guest house he could live in. Wouldn't have to worry about rent or utilities. God knows it would ease the poor man's financial worries.
The poor man does not have any financial worries.
He sure did before I started sending him a check every month.
Yeah, well, why didn't you come to me for help? Why'd you go ask Brian for money?
I never asked Brian for money.
You cashed his checks, didn't you?
You hold it right there. Just because I am laying half dead in this bed does not give you the right to talk to me in that tone of voice, young lady. I am the parent here. Do you understand that? I don't owe you any explanations.
Sorry. It makes me so damn mad. I didn't know you were in for money.
You're doing it again, Chris. You're jumping to conclusions. I never asked Brian for anything. Chrissy, honey, listen to me. This is what happened. He used to send me these god-awful gifts that cost an arm and a leg. I mean, dumb things like fancy shirts and silver money clips, an oak humidor. I haven't even smoked a pipe in years. You know that. Finally, I said to him, look, why don't you just send me some cash? If I need something, I can go out and buy it. Well, I guess he misunderstood me because all of a sudden the checks started coming regularly. And, well, you know how he is. I didn't want to hurt his feelings and ask him to stop.
You just cut the crap, okay? Because I'm not buying it.
Okay. Okay, Christine, those checks came in very handy. You know, it must be very easy for you sitting up there in your high horse. Do you have any idea what my pension from the department is? It is $5,300 a year. That and my Social Security. And if I didn't have a medical plan, I couldn't afford to have pneumonia.
Well, you told me that you had a nest egg.
I never could manage money, Chris. Your mother was very good at it, and Brian took after her. Christine, you put that checkbook back in your purse.
No.
Christine, I will tear it up the minute you give it to me. It'll never get cashed. I promise you that. I told your mother a long time ago I would never, ever live off a woman, and I mean it. I don't take charity.
You took Brian's charity?
I took Brian's loans, Christine, loans, and I am going to pay him back every single dime.
Mr. Cagney, how are we doing tonight?
Well, I'm doing fine. I don't know how you're doing.
Looks like we got some good news.
You mean I get to walk to the John?
Another day or two for that, I think. But the lungs are clearing up. The way you're progressing, I'd say we should have you out of here by the end of the week.
And now you're not just pulling my leg, Doc, just to try and cheer me up?
Straight facts. Of course, you'll have to be taking it easy for a while.
Dr. Shapiro says the prescription is plenty of rest, fresh juices, and sunshine. That sounds like California to me.
It's only my opinion, Christine, but I think that in his own way, Brian is doing what he thinks is best for Charlie. Not that he's right, of course.
Sure, he's just picking up where my mother left off. She always thought she knew it was best for Charlie, too.
All I'm saying is don't let it worry you. There's no need for you to worry about your dad moving to California.
Am I worried? I am not worried. Charlie's too stubborn to change his stripes anyway.
Cagney, Lieutenant wants to see you. Nelman, too.
I'm not going to beat around the bush, Sergeant Cagney. We got some bad news on the incident at the restaurant. Mr. Nguyen still insists that you failed to give chase to the robbery suspect until it was too late to apprehend him.
Look, I know what I did, Lieutenant. The man's English is not good. The statement must be wrong.
Now, Nguyen's statement was verified through a Vietnamese interpreter. He also denies that you shot at the thief.
Well, he's lying. What about the evidence the duty captain's team documented? The traces of gunpowder on my hand?
Duty schedule confirmed that you fired 250 rounds at the pistol range that day.
That was not old gunpowder, Lieutenant. I washed my hands. And I cleaned my gun before I left the range so that it would be street ready.
We have no proof and no witness to document that, Sergeant Cagney.
Well, somebody must have heard the gunshot.
No, not according to our statements. And neither the ESD or the Firearms Review or our own precinct team has been able to locate the bullet which would back up your account.
Well, then Newman's investigation isn't good enough. I don't want this on my record.
Unfortunately, it already is on your record, Cagney. Just for the time being. Not a dead issue, though. There's going to be further inquiry. Pending that inquiry, however, and based on official findings, Captain Corielli has recommended that for the good of the department, you be temporarily suspended.
Suspended?
Cagney, I wouldn't make a big deal out of this. There's nothing wrong with taking off a few days' work while this whole thing settles down.
With respect, Inspector. You think I'm going to take this lying down? Because
yes,
I'm not.
Sergeant Cagney, I do. Frankly, the importance of maintaining a low profile has everything to do with downtown's following through on its recommendation. Now, considering the evidence at this point, we don't want Nguyen to overreact, get on his soapbox with some sympathetic reporter, and have this incident blown out of proportion by the press. You do remember the Pinheiro shooting? Now, if we all play this by the book, and the investigation comes on all right, it will not stand in the way of your promotion.
I think I'm entitled to know why I'm being suspended. What are the charges?
Nonfeasance.
Nonfeasant. They're charging me with cowardice?
Sorry, Sergeant Cagney, I'm going to have to ask you for your gun and your shield.
What are you looking at? What do you expect me to do, Mr. Kid? Go home like a good little girl and hope I just get lucky? Maybe Nguyen will suddenly come to his senses and say, just kidding. Maybe a garbage collector will find the bullet on the bottom of the city dump, huh? Better yet, maybe the NYPD will be so short-handed that they won't mind having a coward on the force. He had 15 years on this job, and they take his word over mine.
Downtown makes its own rules, Christine. We knew that coming in. They have to investigate.
Well, it doesn't make it any easier to take. Not when you're sold out by your own people.
Lieutenant Samuels, remember him? One of your own people?
Yep.
Called me into his office after you went slamming out of there. Told me my allergy's been getting a lot worse lately.
What allergy?
Well, you know, my allergy to clerical duty. Face it, Lacey says. 10 days now in that squad room with all that dust. And the file room with all those musty papers. It's not getting any better. Take a 48-hour sick leave, he said. Clear out the head. He says a nice, damp, dark alleyway, like maybe the one behind Nguyen's restaurant, is the perfect climate for my particular type of allergy.
So it's just like what the doctor ordered for both of us.
Oh, forget us, Christine. You're grounded.
Fine. I'll go by myself.
No, you're in enough trouble already, Chris.
It's a free country, Mary Beth. I can look at alleys if I want to.
Stop! Oh, all right, you talked me into it. You can come along. I hate emotional blackmail. Okay, we play it by the book. You can be there, but I handle the investigation. I talk to Nguyen, and I have to drive.
You what?
Well, until you're officially back on the job, Christine, all city property's off limits.
And you tell me I can't drive?
I'm repeating what I was told.
Fine. Who the hell wants to drive this town anyway? Traffic gets worse every day.
Put your seatbelt on. Don't start with me, Christine. Put it on. Christine?
This is my fight, Mary Beth. I was suspended because of that lying bastard.
Yeah, and he already railroaded you once. Now, if you go in there when you're suspended from duty, he will make sure that Corielli hears about it and Nelman. By the book, remember?
I put in something extra for you. Goodbye. Now, what I can get you, huh? Oh, double order. You eating for two now.
Yes, but one of us is only a baby. I'm Detective Lacey, 14th Squad. I wanted to talk to you about a robbery that occurred here at your establishment 2 nights ago.
I told the police everything.
No, Mr. Nguyen, I don't think you did. Otherwise, Sergeant Cagney wouldn't be suspended from doing her duty, sir.
No more to say, huh?
Well, maybe we could start with what really happened.
My wife needs me.
Mr. Nguyen.
Officer, my family, we come here to get away from the killing, to be American citizens, huh? To be safe. And I'm not... Next time, I don't put my gun down. And I don't listen to no police officers. No more. I protect myself.
Okay. Start from A. Maybe the team from Firearms dropped the ball. It wouldn't be the first time.
Well, could we just do it? I don't want to talk about it.
I am doing it, Christine.
And we're looking for a bullet, a ricochet mark, or a witness who saw the whole thing.
I know what I am looking for.
Now, remember, Mary Beth, I was down here when I fired. All right? See there? And the kid was somewhere in here, so the bullet's got to be here, or here, or here.
You are not even here. Remember that.
Aren't you going to search the garbage?
Well, first I thought I'd look at the ground, and then the walls, and save the best for last.
The only thing we're going to find in this alleyway is undiscovered talent. Look at this. Warriors, berserk. Notice this young Picasso. Notice his use of bright, vivid colors. Mary Beth.
Uh-huh.
Come here.
What is it?
What does it look like to you? Would you look? What does that look like?
Bloodstains.
Uh-huh. Blended right into the graffiti. I'm telling you, the bullet's still in the kid. That's why they couldn't find it.
Christine.
What? Bradley was fill out a DD-45 and get this over to the lab for analysis.
I will. After I finish going over this alleyway.
Mary Beth, come on. I hit the kid. He's got to have gotten help somewhere.
I'll look into it, Christine. After I finish going over this alleyway. Why don't you go for a walk or something?
I think I'll search the garbage.
At least now maybe we have some proof that Christine went after him like she said. You would not believe the number of hospital ERs we covered today. Metropolitan to St. Paul's, nothing.
Hey, what do you think of Alexander? Sounds kind of nice. Manly, you know?
Sounds like a wimp if you ask me.
Nobody asked you.
Alexandria, maybe.
Yeah, either way, sure. It's ancient Greek for, listen to this, defender of mankind.
Oh. I don't know, Harvey. It's an awful lot for a kid to live up to.
Too much, huh?
How about Kip?
Not enough to live up to.
At least he doesn't have to be a junior.
What's wrong with being a junior?
Harvey is a name to be proud of.
You bet it's a name to be proud of. See what it means. Hold on here. Huh? Warrior. One who protects his country. How about that?
It's a dumb name. I want a rad name like Sean.
Sean?
Yeah, like Sean Penn. Tiffany Rinaldi thinks he's a babe. Huh, Harvey?
Shut up, Michael.
Hey.
Tiffany Rinaldi calls Harvey Sean.
Shut up, Michael.
Hey. So you want us to call you Sean now?
Yeah, why not?
I'll tell you why not. It's not the name we gave you.
So why can't I pick out my own name? You're always saying you want me to grow up and make my own decisions. Well, I decided I want a new name.
Is that okay with you? Okay. You mind passing the popcorn, Sean?
Miss, excuse me, miss. Visiting hours are over.
Oh, this is police business. I have to interrogate Mr. Cagney.
May I see your identification?
Sure. Looks like 418 might be in trouble there.
418 can wait. I didn't fall off the turnip truck yesterday, honey. Badge, please.
Must have grabbed the wrong purse.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you bring the right purse tomorrow during visiting hours? Or North Edwards. Yes, certainly, Dr. Backman. I can check.
Oh, hi. It's about time you got here. Didn't think you were coming.
Oh, Pop, it's been a long day, okay?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, yeah. Tough case, huh? Run it by me. Maybe I could help.
No, I almost got it cracked. What's this?
Oh, that Brian. He's always bringing me something. The road. Says I can wear it lounging around his pool in California. How about that, huh?
It's beautiful. Okay, ideal.
Hey!
What's wrong? I thought you wanted to play cards.
Deal.
Last 2-3 days, anything.
I'm lucky I can remember who I treated 4 hours ago. 3 days ago is impossible.
Look, lady, this means a lot.
Doctor, I'm busting my tail day and night for that title. I like to hear it. Just like you, officer.
Sergeant.
Did I see your identification, Sergeant?
Well, you saw mine, Doctor. And if you could give us a little help here, we keep coming up blank every emergency room record we check.
That's not my problem.
Oh, good. Another caring practitioner at the Hippocratic Oath.
Dr.
Terrific.
Strathmore, are you telling me that you don't know any interns that do a little moonlighting on the side?
Nobody I know has the time.
Well, of course not. They're too busy saving mankind, right?
Oh, look, I don't have to take this.
Excuse me. I'm sorry for my partner. She's under a lot of pressure, but we're looking for any help you could give us.
All I can tell you is go back and check the records again.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Next time you need a cop, take 2 aspirin and call me in the morning.
Come on.
Oh, you don't have to apologize for me, Mary Beth.
I told you that I would handle it. I thought we had an agreement.
They're calling me a coward. Now, what do you expect me to do? What you are doing is not helping, and I'm dropping you at the subway.
The hell you will.
I mean it, Christine. You go home. Go visit your dad. Go to an art museum. But let me do this. You gotta leave go sometimes. You can't do everything yourself. I can't just do nothing. Well, you can trust your friends. I'm not gonna let you down. You better not. Your new partner could be Newman. Newman, I hear, is terrific. From who? Newman. Put your seatbelt on. It's city property. Put your seatbelt on.
Hi, Brian.
Hi. Tried to reach you at work, but they said you were on temporary leave.
Yeah, well, thought maybe I'd take a couple of days off.
Lovely place here, Christine.
I like it. Want a drink?
No, thanks. Missed you at the hospital yesterday.
I went by later. Saw the robe you gave Charlie.
That's a little something to cheer him up. I think he liked it.
Fifth Avenue's finest. To the tune of what? $150?
180, but what does the price have to do with it? I wanted to get him something to make him happy.
I think you're trying to buy him off. Trying to take Charlie away from me.
I'm trying to do what's best for him. That's why I'm here. He listens to you. He trusts your advice.
Oh, I see. What kind of advice do you want me to give him? Go west, old man. Go west so your dear son can nurse you back to health?
I will do whatever I can for him. I care very much about our father.
And I don't. Is that it?
I didn't say that.
I'm the one who went to stay with him while you stayed home tied to Mother's apron strings. I'm the one that stuck by him.
Well, good for you, Christine. At least you stuck by somebody.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
Well, maybe you don't remember. The woman who gave birth to you. You wouldn't even leave your precious Parisian holiday to come to her funeral.
It was not a holiday. I was in school, and I was in the middle of finals, and you know that. You'd know it. Besides, she was gone. It was too late. What was the point?
What was the point? Your mother dies and you can't even be bothered to pay your respects?
You did manage to pick up your half of the inheritance, though. I see you're living in fine style off her money.
You have no right. You have no right to say that to me. I never cared about Mother's money. I never cared about her country club or her fancy friends. Hell, Brian, I couldn't even keep my Mary Janes clean. I just couldn't be you.
She loved you. The day you left, she cried like a baby.
Sure. Hey, she had you.
For God's sake, Christine, you were her daughter. She just didn't know how to reach you.
Well, she never tried.
Christine, none of us knew how.
Charlie knew. He liked me just the way I was. He never tried to change me. It was fine with him. We're exactly alike, Charlie and me. And we belong together, and I'm not going to give him up without a fight.
How could I fight you, Christine? Dad doesn't need a son. He's got you.
Bingo, file under Croncom. Just like you said.
Hey, what do you think? The only thing I got going for me is a pretty face and a smiling personality?
Gentlemen, it looks like the New York City Police Department has heard from Mr. Nguyen before. October 3rd, June 14th, January 21st. And that's just the past 24 months, sir. His complaints go back over 3 years. All of them challenged by the officer of record, and none of them substantiated by evidence that led to disciplinary action.
Telling me the guy doesn't like cops.
Sir, in 1981, Mr. Nguyen and his wife were attacked by 4 gang members. Both were shot and left for dead. Mr. Nguyen recovered. His wife was paralyzed from the waist down.
Nguyen blames the department.
He's an angry man, sir. I figured the other night, when the thief got away, Mr. Nguyen decided to make Christine pay for it.
Carassa. Hey, where's Newman? Why did you guys come up with this?
My partner, the hot dog, left me a note this morning. Got a line on something covered for me. Love and kisses, Newman.
Love and kisses?
Newman, you want to hear this or not? I want to hear that somebody's doing something to get me off the hook. Newman couldn't find his head in a paper bag.
Well, if you will listen to me for 1 minute, you will hear me telling you that Newman and I have everything under control.
He did good work, Christine.
He dug up this ex-medic from Nam. Guy calls himself Dr. Bones. It seems he's a fix-it man for people who need to avoid hospitals.
If you want to keep on making house calls, you better tell us who that kid is and where we could find him.
Hey, listen. Information on my patients is strictly confidential. Now, I can end up in a bad way myself. You know what I'm saying?
Dr. Bones, I know I may look to you like somebody's pregnant old lady, but I get very serious when I have a problem. And right now, I have a problem. See, my partner is in trouble, and there is very little that I wouldn't do to help her. I'm sure you understand about that. Now, I don't want to make your life miserable. In fact, I would hate to see you crawling out of Attica State Prison, a gray old man, long after this one here has graduated from college. Or maybe medical school. You're a young man yet. You have a lot of living to do. And I personally would like to see you get the chance to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Doctor linked to surgery. Doctor linked to surgery. Security 5962. Security 5962.
You're not following me, are you, Sergeant?
Since when did you like chocolate pudding?
The only person to have your tonsils out, Christine.
Dr. Levinson, 3 days later.
Not exactly nouvelle cuisine, is it?
I hate that toy food.
Too. My clients like it. It's hard to break old habits.
Taking Sergeant Christine Cagney. Sergeant Christine Cagney, please call your precinct. Excuse me. Is he in there?
Yeah, Detective Lacey's questioning him. Sorry, Sergeant, you can't go in there.
Recognize this young man?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sergeant Cagney, it is my pleasure to tell you that as of 5 o'clock today, all charges against you have been resolved and found to be unsubstantiated. Police Commissioner has officially reinstated you, Cagney. Welcome back.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Well, that's the good news.
It's the bad news.
Bad news is that Detective Lacey's sick leave is terminated.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
And now you're officially back on clerical duty. If you think you can stand the delay, why don't you knock off early and take the sergeant over to Flannery's and have one on me?
Happy to, sir.
Thanks, Lieutenant. Hey, Mary Beth.
Yeah.
Mind if I take a rain check on that drink tonight?
Well, it's okay by me. I wouldn't mind going home, putting my feet up.
Great, thanks.
There's nothing wrong, is there?
Oh, no, I just wanted to get over and see Charlie early tonight. Surprise him and Brian.
Must be great having a big brother, and so handsome, too.
When I was a kid, I thought he looked like James Darren. He has my mother's sort of classic good looks, you know. Me, I look more like Charlie. Blue eyes, strong jaw, pudgy Irish nose.
Yeah, you're your father's daughter.
Yeah. Officer daughter. That's what Charlie calls me. His sergeant officer daughter.
You don't mind my saying so, Christine. I think that's one of your problems.
What?
Officer daughter. You're thinking cop all the time.
That's what I am.
No, it's what you do. This last week, you were suspended. You were still Chris Cagney.
Yeah, it was Chris Cagney without a badge. It wasn't much good, was I? I'm proud of being a cop, Mary Beth. I've never been this great at anything in my life. I want to hold on to that.
Nobody's taking anything away, Christine.
Yeah, not anymore, they're not. Thanks.
There you go.
Ah. Oh, thanks, Brian.
So what do you think, Dad?
Oh, hey, maybe in a couple of months.
How about Christmas in California?
Oh, no, that'd be too soon. Big trip like that takes a little planning.
Oh, I wish it was more than just a visit.
Hey, Bright, it'll be great to get out in the sunshine away from these cold New York winters and get to know my grandkids a little better, but I know where my home is.
Well, I'll be talking to you.
Yeah, sure, pal.
I better get going.
I'll walk you out.
Well, looks like you win.
Look, we both want what's best for Charlie. Look, Brian, I know we don't always see eye to eye on things.
That's for sure.
You can keep sending checks to Charlie if you want to. I mean, there's nothing I can do to stop you, but you don't have to.
It's not a hardship for me.
Well, I know that. It's just you have other people who depend on you. You got 2 kids and a wife. And a pool man. And I'm all I have, and I can take care of Charlie, too. I'd like to, Brian.
Well, let me know if he needs anything.
I'm glad he's going to be spending some time with his grandchildren.
Yeah. They asked when they're going to meet their aunt. Bridget thinks being a detective is a pretty glamorous job.
Yeah, well, tell her it's a lot of hard work.
Yeah, maybe someday you can tell her yourself.
Maybe so.
You know, you have Mom's smile.
She had a nice smile.
This just came in. I wanted to get on it right away. Armed robbery.
At an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting? What, you were speaking about alcoholism from the legal perspective?
I was speaking from the perspective of a drunk.
Do you drink alone? My house, you're lucky to be able to go to the bathroom alone.
We're up to our bangs in the temperance movement. Cheers.
There is $9 grand in the bank. This is ours. Good time bucks.
What is next, Tar?
What do you think? A red sports car, a mistress?
Whoa!
Come on, get out.
Stop it.
scaring me, Charlie.
I was just trying to lighten your load. You keep your mitts off mail addressed to a superior officer.
Yes,
I started taking bets first because I thought of it first.
Yeah, Carassa. It's a late notice from the credit union now. Second one, you better take care of that. That's a low-taste move, Esposito.
Oh, that from the originator of the California earthquake
Miss Becky!
and the Central American invasion book?
Semi-automatic digest. That's your last issue. Time to renew. It's no wonder you don't get your cases cleared. You got your nose in everybody's business.
I don't believe what I'm...
Esposito, your phone is ringing.
We're not finished yet.
Yes, we are. Patriot, this is for you.
Detective Esposito, how may I help?
Morning, Chris. Coffee?
Please, handsome aspirin.
Oh, lady, give me a break. Handcuffs and vegetable oil were never meant to be used that way.
This is Vicar. Talk to me, doll.
The man is a freak magnet. That's the third time this week she's called. Nothing for you, Lacey. Cagney, got a Bloomy's catalog here and some Idaho sweepstakes.
Thank you, Sergeant. Since when do we rate desk delivery?
Since this pervert here has been rifling a squad mail.
Cactus Blossom, Arizona. I gotta run this in the lieutenant.
Get your mitts off of that, you gunner. Oh, looks like it's from a travel agent. Damn it, Petrie, give me that back.
Odds update, Samuel's vacation and retirement 6 to 5. You pick 'em.
You want to hold it down to a dull roar, please?
Cagney Lacey.
This just came in. I wanted 2 years to get on it right away. Armed robbery.
At an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting?
Well, we're not talking stealing dimes from winos here. It is a very upscale neighborhood. They stood up in the middle of a meeting with their .38s, passed around garbage bags, and took everything. Cash and furs, jewelry, watches. I want you to talk to these victims and, try and come up with something, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Excuse me, sir. There's probably something that I should bring up to you.
Yeah, go ahead, bring.
On the nose and on top of your lips, sir, is well, it's like a milk mustache, sir.
Anything else, Detective?
No, sir.
I was speaking at the lectern and I saw everything. Normally, I'm very, very critical of eyewitnesses. They're not always reliable. Guess the shoe's on the other foot today.
What are you, a lawyer?
I'm Justice Bruce Charnas. Criminal Court, Part 5.
I thought I'd seen you before. I've been in your court more than once.
That you have, Sergeant. And if memory serves, and it usually does, you made quite a strong, credible witness.
Ah.
Perhaps a tad too vehement.
You were speaking about alcoholism from the legal perspective?
I was speaking from the perspective of a drunk.
Oh, yeah. And what is your name?
I knew I shouldn't have come here.
Couldn't you get this information from someone else?
Ma'am, she was sitting closest to one of the perpetrators. Now, maybe she saw something nobody else saw.
I don't believe this. I spent the entire night staring at a bottle, and now this. This is only my third AA meeting.
Miss,
Noyce. Beverly Noyce.
Thank you, Miss Noyce. Can you describe either of the two men?
I can't. I didn't actually see their faces.
Well, they were covered? They had, like, masks?
No. I just was afraid to look at them. All I could look at was the gun. I'm sorry, I didn't actually see anything.
I had this feeling that something was wrong as soon as they walked in. I mean, the suits and ties were right, but they were on the wrong guys.
Well, you seem to have covered every detail. Thank you very much.
Look, if you need any additional information, you know to reach me.
Yes? Criminal Court, Part 5. Right. Unless, of course, if you'd rather I contacted you somewhere else, I certainly not.
Look, my association with AA is no secret, believe me. I'm 8 years sober. I gave up secrets about the same time that I gave up booze. Sergeant?
Your Honor.
I want to try something with you, okay? There's a man with a gun, huh? Now, what's his hand look like? Huh? Describe his hand to me.
His nails were dirty, and he had these, stubby little fingers. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I can't help you.
You're doing just fine. He was dressed extremely well, a three-piece suit.
Yeah, but about the hand, now, I think you noticed something about that hand, huh? Try and picture it.
The gun was in his other hand.
His left hand?
Yeah.
You have a ring?
No. But on the back of his hand, there was a tattoo, like a cross.
What kind of a cross? Like a crucifix?
No, it was, more like a swastika.
Excellent. Miss Noyce, very good. Two white males, mid-30s, both on the short side of 6 feet. This is good. We got strong, consistent identifications here.
Sounds like half the men I've dated.
With or without the tattoo? I'm thinking a swastika tattoo, the back of the left hand, is not your usual three-piece look, Chris.
Well, at least we have something to run through the computer.
Yeah.
So what are you and Harvey up to tonight?
Tuna noodle casserole served on TV trays. How about you? Probably something exciting, huh?
Well, I am looking at a long, luxurious bubble bath, followed by my crawling into my comforter with a very expensive Chardonnay and a very cheap novel, preferably smutty.
That sounds terrific.
Yeah. Too bad I can't do it. Charlie wants me to come over. He says it's very important. He's got a surprise. And he's invited Donna, too.
Oh, that's nice. They're still seeing each other, huh?
Oh, sure. I hate surprises.
Yeah, especially when they're unexpected.
Almost funny.
You know what your problem is, Donna? Your problem is that you can't tell the difference between hardcore boozing and little happy celebrating.
Happy celebrating? Is that what you call this?
Knock, knock.
At least I was celebrating.
Oh, but along comes mean old Don and ruins your good times.
Well, you got that one right, lady.
You want me to care about you, Buster? Then you start caring about you.
Oh, bourgeois.
I'll say one thing for her. She knows how to make an exit.
Oh, who needs her? I mean, Donna wouldn't know what she wanted if it came up and slapped her right on the butt.
What happened, Charlie?
Ask a woman to marry and she throws it right back in your face.
You asked her to marry you?
I mean, what is it with you women today, huh?
Oh, but I don't think you need...
Hey, don't you start on me now. I mean, all I wanted, Chrissy, was for everybody to be happy. You know, is that a sin or something? I mean, to celebrate with the two women in your life?
Charlie, probably it'd been better if you hadn't been drinking.
I told you to shut up about that.
Come on, Pop.
Hey, Dad, get out of here. I mean, who needs you here?
No,
I'm sick of all your whining.
Take it easy.
Now, come on, get out of here. I don't want you here.
No, I'm not going.
Oh, Joe, talk back to me.
Damn it,
come on, get out.
Stop it. You're scaring me, Charlie. Get it out.
Oh, God.
Chrissy, I didn't mean it. No doubt, I'm sorry.
It's okay, Pop. Just tell me what to do. I'll do anything you say. We can make this thing better, Charlie. I know that we can beat it.
No, it's too late.
No, it isn't. We just have to try harder, is all. Really, maybe if I stop jumping on you all the time. No, if I'll come over and visit you more, huh? And I'll make you dinner. I'll do anything. Just tell me what to do.
Just stay with me, Chrissy, please. Just stay.
Here, Daddy. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here.
Oh, Lord.
It's okay. It's okay, Daddy.
MB? MB? Come with me.
Harvey?
It's dream time, sweetheart.
Harvey, you look just like Johnny Carson.
Frank Sinatra. That's for the kids. I want you to put on your best dress. We're picking up Artie and Franny LaMotta and heading for Nicky Battaglia's Ristorante.
You want to tell me what's going on?
I told you, it's dream time.
Well, you want to give me a reason why?
Yeah, I'll give you 1,000 reasons why. Yes.
You won the lottery.
The dental job paid off.
Oh, Harvey, that money belongs in the bank.
There is $9 grand in the bank. This is ours. This is good time bucks. Muriel is on her way. Go powder your nose. We got some serious celebrating to do.
The tourists, the visitors, they order the antipasto to start, and I say, okay. But to you, the real New Yorkers, I offer only 3 words. Oysters a la Battaglia.
Luigi, that sounds incredible.
Yes. What is it?
Signorina, it's heaven.
Sounds expensive, Harvey. That I ain't paying for it.
Well, I had a big lunch, so I think I'll have a salad.
No,
Salad,
no, not tonight. Tonight, all the ordering is Luigi's responsibility. And Luigi, I have only 2 words for you. The best. Anyway, I told Mary Beth, babe, it is new car time.
You did?
Yeah, Artie has the new convertible.
So now you're a part-time.
Yeah, I should have done like you said, Harvey.
Yes.
I mean,
Literature
should have gone New
course.
Yorker, you know, top of the line.
Genuine
Queens
leather
College.
interior, the Corinthian.
Harvey, I like our car.
I'm back at school too, Mary Beth.
Oh, yes?
Yeah, the Kurtz Institute of Fine Arts. I'm taking a life drawing class there. The male nude.
Wonderful.
Anyway, Art, the way I see it, the real art of having money is knowing how to spend it.
Right again, Harv.
Listen to that.
Yeah.
Let's dance.
Hey, Luigi, don't let us go dry here. No rain, no flowers. Agabish? Agabish.
No rain, no flowers. So, how is the new Harvey Lacey feeling?
You ain't seen nothing yet, babe.
Hey, Marcus, check it out.
Hey, Jets.
Hey, you got that right. Now, don't panic. Come on, I want you to try it on. Come on. Come on.
Fine. But it's not me.
Oh, get out of town. Don't tell me that's not pure jet blood thundering through those veins. Now, come on. Tell me you don't feel the difference.
Clone?
Oh, hey, Victor, come here. Check this out. Tell me, is this hip or what?
It's different, Marcus. Hold on. Now it works.
There you go.
Esposito, you know, you're like dry rot eating away at the foundation of the 14th.
What is your problem, Sergeant?
I don't like you taking bets on a lieutenant's personal life.
Is he going on vacation or is he going to retire? That's the lieutenant's decision. I don't make up these things. I mean, I'm merely an observer.
Wait a minute. My name is embroidered on this jacket.
Well, I took a chance. It doesn't mean you gotta buy it. I just want you to experience the new. We're gonna talk about money later, all right?
Coleman, what happened to last week's duty roster? That you, Petrie?
Well,
It looks sharp.
yeah. See you in your box later, sir.
Before your next Danish, huh?
Oh, excuse me, sir. I think you should know I could get these jackets any team, any sport. Now, you tell me, come on, sir, what's your favorite? Maybe the Phoenix Suns, huh?
Excuse me, Lieutenant, line 4 for you.
Yeah,
Can we see you for a couple of minutes, please?
It's important, sir.
So's this.
It's very important, sir. It's the mayor.
Koch? Mayor Koch for me?
No, Mayor Kesselman from Arizona, mayor of Cactus Blossoms.
This is a gag.
You tell him I'll be back to him in a while, okay? Come on.
Thank you.
Nobody goes to Cactus Blossom unless they're saying adios, rat race.
3 hours to cover that AA armed robbery. Hope you got something this time.
Totally different descriptions of the perps.
Talking 2 sets of bad guys.
We don't think so, sir. We put together these identikits based on the witness reports.
It seems that our boys here think they're masters of disguise. And the first time out, they were very uptown. Business suits and blow-dried hair.
This time they dressed up more artsy-craftsy.
Yeah, you know, sport coats with leather patches, and one of the perps showed up with the hair on his face.
Yeah, look, I don't care whether they dress like Michael Jackson and Imelda Marcos. We got an MO here or what?
We think we could make this collar if we went undercover, Lieutenant.
Well, you can forget that. I already got 2 teams out on the Hanson homicide. We're stretched too thin as it is.
Sir, both meetings they hit were within 10 blocks of each other.
It's a relatively small territory. Come on, Lieutenant. They act like they hit Motherlode in the 14th.
What'd the computer kick out on those cockamamie tattoos?
Lots of names.
It's a prison gang tattoo, sir.
It would take days to track them all down. If we went undercover, we could nail them. I guarantee you'd be faster.
All right, you want to go undercover? Okay, you got it. But you and Lacey are on your own.
A wise decision, Lieutenant.
Can't be bigger than 1 team.
Yes, sir. Absolutely not.
And I am not pulling any detectives off the street for this.
I hope you had a great trip, sir.
What are you talking about?
Well, word has it you're heading out west.
Well, you stick to your crime-busting, detective.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Mary Beth, what do you say we go to Flannery's?
No, thanks. Not tonight.
Well, come on. We'll have 1 drink to celebrate.
Celebrate what?
It's Thursday. Harvey just finished that big job. We'll celebrate that.
Harvey celebrated enough for all of us, Chris.
Oh, tied one on with the boys, huh?
No, he did not. Harvey's... He hasn't been himself these days, money-wise.
Little extra cash in his pocket. He thinks he's Daddy Warbucks.
He has been very generous lately.
So indulge him. Men love to play the big spender. It makes them feel important. Let him take you out for a night on the town.
I did. I still have heartburn.
So we went on a little spending spree.
Little? Chris, he called me today. He told me he's looking at a pool table and a humidifier for the rec room.
At least he has the family in mind. I think that's nice.
Anything we buy for the house, we always decide on together.
Mary Beth, listen to me. Would you relax and enjoy it? You and Harvey are coming up in the world, huh?
Yeah, for now. We still have 3 kids and the same bills. Only now we also have a mortgage and a house to furnish. Things can happen. You have to be prepared.
Look, you guys deserve to have some good times. Would you stop worrying? So he acts like a kid in a candy store. So what?
Too much candy can make you sick.
See? Now, my philosophy in life, Mary Beth, is too much of a good thing is never enough. Huh?
Uh-huh.
Hey, if you can't please yourself, who are you gonna please?
Night, Chris.
You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough.
Hiya, honey.
What is this? You bought a new hi-fi.
Hi-fi does not apply, Mary Beth. This is a studio quality, digital, multi-medium, full-dimensional sound system.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Harvey, but aren't our old records going to sound pretty much the same?
Stand over here. Close your eyes. Then you
How come you didn't buy something we need, Harv?
close your eyes. They closed?
Yes, they're closed.
This is a feast for your ears.
I'm still full from Nick Battaglia's.
Huh? That's quality, huh? I mean, doesn't it sound like they're right here in this room?
If they were here, Harv, we wouldn't be able to feed them. Honey, you're spending all our money.
Amortized over one's lifetime, Mary, but that's practically pennies a day.
That is not pennies, Harvey. The other night we ate 5 years worth of piano lessons.
I put money in the bank.
I'm wondering what is next, Harv.
What do you think? A red sports car, a mistress?
Oh! I don't know. Maybe you want to ask the new Harvey Lacey. The one who doesn't like the way things are around here. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Why did I buy that damn rowing machine?
To build the best pecs in New York.
Well, you noticed. Thanks. Actually, I couldn't say no to the kid behind the counter. He was so cute. He had wide shoulders and narrow hips and the sweetest little dimpled smile. I'm a sucker for good teeth. How about you, Tony?
Among other things.
Well, I'm always open to possibilities.
You can get to be very popular that way.
Yes, but fame is fleeting. Oh, aren't you through with that thing yet? Come on.
You can't rush genius.
I think you need a woman's touch.
Oh, I think you just talk too much.
I happen to be very, extremely efficient. Very. Did you know that I built a ship in a bottle?
I built a hospital with Tinker Toys. My mother thought I'd be a doctor.
Building a hospital with Tinker Toys cannot compare to building a ship in a bottle. I made it for Charlie. You know, you remind me of my father.
Something about your old man you neglected to tell me.
You have a dirty mind, Tony. I like that.
The thing I want most in the world today is not to have to drink. I'm doing it one day at a time.
I'll take the right front.
Oh.
Fine, I'll stay in the back.
I'd like to thank my son, Peter, for hanging in this first year and celebrating my anniversary with me. Pete, I love you, son.
Thank you, Hal. Who'd like to go next? Laura?
My name is Laura, and I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, Laura.
This is not all easy because I like to drink. Correction, I love to drink. Guys told me I could drink like a man. Hearing that meant more to me than I had dynamite legs or pretty eyes. Drinking like a man was part of my image. But I never drank on the job in my life. It never interfered. Of course, I did drink after work to unwind. But I didn't unwind. Man, I unraveled. Anyway, I want to share that I feel good today. Thank you.
Is drinking jeopardizing your job or business? No. Do you want to drink the next morning? Are they kidding? More than one drink with a little umbrella in it? I'm knocked out for a week. No. Do you drink alone? My house, you're lucky to be able to go to the bathroom alone. No. Is drinking making your home life unhappy?
I'm very happy with my home life, mostly. Do you drink to escape from worries or trouble? Huh. Now, that's a tough one. I mean, sometimes if it's been a hard day or the boys are at each other again or Alice goes cranky behind teeth, and I have to admit I'll have a glass of wine or a beer to quiet my nerves. Light beer.
They're not talking about an occasional beer, Mary Beth.
Well, I admit it's not too often, but I have to say yes to this one, Christine. The first step is awareness, they said. You have to keep alert to the danger signs.
Give me a break.
Do you resent advice of others who try to get you to stop drinking?
Are you going to read every question on that entire list?
It's very interesting, Christine. You ought to take a look at this.
What for?
It's informative, for one thing. I mean, I never think of drinking as a disease.
Yeah, informative, my butt. Those questions are used as scare tactics. Some poor slug who just wants a couple of drinks to smooth out the rough edges, already they got him thinking he's an alkie.
Well, I think that's the point they're making, Chris. Alcohol can sneak up on you, you know that. Charlie, I mean.
Well, it's hard if you get used to it. Me, I could take it or leave it. I haven't had a drink all week, as a matter of fact. It's a matter of willpower.
Well, I was very impressed with those people. I mean, it takes a lot of courage to speak up like that. They have problems, but they're facing up to them.
Yeah, I just saw a lot of people hanging on to each other.
Is drinking affecting your reputation?
Excuse me. Hey, we got a time problem here. Can you get me to LaGuardia in 40 minutes? Arizona Skyways?
Can't get you nothing until you get in.
Yeah.
Hold it!
Dr. Gertrude Hall, 241, please. Dr. Gertrude Hall, 241, please.
You all look like you're sitting shiver here. I didn't have a heart attack.
Well, you certainly sound all right, Lieutenant.
How are you feeling?
I feel fine. Doctor said it was a warning, that's all. Good thing, too, because I hate the way they dress you up for the department funeral. It's a joke.
Oh, that was a good one, sir. I'm glad to see that the old sense of humor is still intact.
Yeah, all I gotta do is relax a little and bring down the stress.
From what I've seen of the nurses here, sir, I don't think that's going to be an easy thing to do.
We've got to move on, Victor.
Yep.
Take it easy, Lieutenant.
Sure. Thanks.
Nice room.
You're right. Great view of the doctor's parking lot. Real restful watching them come and go in their German cars.
Oh, look here. These flowers are great, huh?
And that's something, that's from my son and daughter-in-law.
Well, you got your window and you got your television.
You got your search for tomorrow?
Canceled.
Excuse me, Lieutenant, we hate to be wet blankets, but the perps changed their M.O. They had an Al-Anon meeting yesterday, and there's another meeting scheduled in the target area this afternoon, so...
Will you keep me informed, Sergeant?
Certainly will.
And there's no reason for you to hang around, Coleman. I mean, you know, Saturday afternoon, I got all the basketball games on the TV.
Get some rest, sir.
Sort of figured you for a hockey fan, you know? Live and die by them Rangers. Not much hockey in Arizona.
Not a lot of stress there either. Yeah. Chief's hat is waiting for me in Cactus Blossom.
Chief of police?
Yeah.
I thought this was all about your retirement or something.
Well, you're not far off, Sergeant. Last year in Cactus Blossom, they had 1 stolen golf cart. 2 burglaries. It's a cushy job. Yes, Samuel's here. Oh, Thelma. Sure. Yeah, come on up. My ex. She's coming to see me.
Yeah, well, that's nice. That's nice. You say hello to her for me.
Sure.
You take care, Bert.
I couldn't do it. You don't break habits so easy. So I know I did wrong. But I washed her, put her to bed. I know you tell me I'm supposed to just leave her there. But I've been picking my wife up and cleaning her off for years. I know that she has never once smelled herself. Or felt her clothes sticking to her. God, I want her to stop drinking. I mean, I don't want her to die. It is just so hard to let her go.
Thanks, Mike. I think we have time for one more.
My name is Donna.
Hi, Donna.
And I have a man friend, and he's a drunk. Sometimes I really love the guy. A lot of the time I don't. I feel like a cat on a fence. I can't jump one way and I can't jump the other. But now I have to do something fast because Charlie wants... Charlie, that's his name. Well, he wants me to marry him. And right now, I just can't. Maybe if we... You're doing the best thing you can do, Chris. Not just for Charlie, but for yourself, too.
Is that so?
Have you been to an Al-Anon meeting before?
No, this is my first. Look, Donna, I really do have to go.
Oh, you'll see. I mean, you'll learn how to really help him when you learn to let him go. I know some other great meetings. If you'd like to go with me, I'd like that.
Look, it was great seeing you, Donna. I'm sorry, I do have to run, Max. You'll excuse the expression, I need a drink. What do you have, Mary Beth?
Thanks.
Your sergeant says it's okay.
Soda water for me, with lime if you have.
Living dangerously, I see. I'll have a white wine.
$10 million people in the city of New York. We bump into Donna Lamar.
Some days you get lucky.
She seemed very nice. Really concerned for Charlie.
Right. Did you see those 2 guys in the tweed jackets? I could have sworn that they were our perps. And they got up and started hugging and kissing everybody in their row.
I picked up some of those Al-Anon pamphlets. They talk about, thank you, the co-alcoholic.
Is that the guy who holds the glass for you?
I don't think so, Chris.
They said it could be a family member or a friend even.
We have an AA step meeting this afternoon. We have another Al-Anon meeting tomorrow morning. We're up to our bangs in the temperance movement. Cheers.
They all look so put together. Not that all drunks are laying in gutters.
Thank you, Betty Ford.
I feel like I'm walking on eggshells here. I don't know what to say to you.
Don't let me inhibit you.
Never mind.
I'm not very hungry right now. It's okay if we get out of here.
Whatever you say, Sergeant. Have you lost your mind?
It's gorgeous, isn't it? It's a snowblower, too, babe.
Harv? You're scaring me.
Oh, Mary Beth. Honey, I am allowed to be a little stupid with our money. We are allowed to do things that we couldn't do before.
I've been clipping coupons my whole life, Harvey. That's a hard habit to break. I don't ever want to have to struggle again.
Are you saying that my success is a fluke?
I said no such thing, Harv. I believed in you when you didn't believe in yourself.
It would be nice if we could both believe in me at the same time.
Yeah, but you're going out on your own, Harv. This is not us, Harv. Not anymore.
You know what? You act like you are afraid of the money. Nothing bad is gonna happen. Mary Beth, I want to see you enjoy yourself just one time. I make a deal with you. The mower goes back, but you got to spend the $900 it cost on yourself.
$900? $900? On myself?
By Wednesday. Otherwise, it comes back here and it sits in this dining room until spring.
You're serious.
You go and have yourself a great time, babe.
I became a doctor so I could save people's lives. The one I need to save the most, I can't do a damn thing about. I know I'm not supposed to do anything for the alcoholic. They should do for themselves. She's my mother, for God's sakes. My dad's gone and there's no one else. I've tried it all. Yelling, begging, stealing her bottles. And I figured it must be me. If I could just figure out what I was doing wrong, then I could make her stop. Mom's been drinking. I'm just so afraid to leave her alone. I mean, what if she fell and hurt herself? I'm finally realizing I'm not helping her. I am powerless over her drinking. I have got to learn to take care of myself.
Sharing time, everybody. Nobody move. Don't do anything we're going to regret here. Don't want any gratuitous violence today. Let's just work together as a team. Keep the walls clean. Okay, now we want everything in the bag. I mean everything. Your wallets, your jewelry. Oh, yeah, don't forget those watches, please.
It's stuck. I can't get it off.
Get it off. Your finger goes with it, sweetheart. The fur coat, too, please. Thank you. Over there. Get over there. Okay, trick or treat time. Everybody start taking them off. You see what's going down? Let's go. The wallet. You got a couple of rings. Let's go. Come on, come on. Let's all make it our life's work, Toots. The purse in the bag.
Drop it. Don't you ever call me Toots.
Yo, Cooley, what are you doing?
Police! Don't breathe.
Stand up. Stand up!
Get your hands where I can see them.
Turn around. Against the table.
Back away and lay on the floor.
Right from inside.
Get down on the floor.
You say Ken will be held against you in a court of law. You're right to an attorney to have a
Mating whales. Very scary spectacles. And yet those lonely, haunting cries are so soothing. They lower blood pressure and improve REM periods.
REM periods?
Yes.
Where are you and Carassa on those gypsy cab stick-ups?
Oh, we did the fives.
Good, great. Get them in here.
You've got a minute, sir?
Now, sir, on the flip side of this, we have the winds of Easter Island. You never heard such peace.
Right, the fives. That's what's leaving the fives.
Whoa, Marcus! Looking sharp, real good. Remember, no checks. Oh, good morning, Victor.
Fox exercise, Lieutenant. Just watching it as a full cardiovascular workout. Knockout women wearing the legal minimum, stretching their beautiful bodies.
Thanks. It's Mickey.
I hope you don't mind, sir. It's copy.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right. I hope that's work.
Well, in a way, sir, I think this will help you. This is Swami Nambananda's guide to microwave cooking, and he's included some stress-reducing poses, too. This half tortoise is very effective.
Oh, thanks. It's terrific. Okay, thank you. Either one of you got an aspirin?
Sorry, Lieutenant, I never get headaches.
The rabbit position, sir, it increases cranial circulation.
I said aspirin. I need an aspirin. Oh, now give me a break, will you? The doctor said to stay away from pressure and all this stuff I'm getting to relax me is driving me completely crazy.
Well, not this, sir. It's guaranteed to provide tranquility.
Oh, the Rangers.
The pockets, sir.
Huh?
Pockets.
Oh, hey, yeah, this is gonna relax me all right. And the Leafs, we always beat the Leafs. What do you say, Coleman? You up for this, huh? You want to come with me?
You're on, Lieutenant.
Hey, everybody, listen up. I'm back. I'm here and I'm staying here. So, thanks for your gifts, but no thanks. Donate them somewhere. Now back to work, all of you.
Hey! All right, that's it. All bets are off.
Glad you turned down Cactus Blossom, sir.
They turned me down. You got a captain from Philadelphia.
Well, it's their loss, sir.
Besides, I gotta face this thing here. They got no pastrami there. And I gotta cope with pastrami. Can't run away from it.
No matter why. I'm glad you're staying, sir.
You happen to have an aspirin?
So I come in, and I'm wearing this gorgeous little purple hat with a little curled-up brim, a cloche, they call it. Like Greta Garbo wore in the Notchka. And I do this little turn in front of Harvey, and I say, "What do you think, Harv?" And he says, "I think it's great. What else did you get?" So I says, "This is a Saks Fifth Avenue original design, Harvey. This is it. $900, he says. "You spent $900 on a hat?" "Harvey," I says, "you told me have a good time." But then Harvey got this kind of shocked look in his face, and to say the truth, I was kind of worried about his blood pressure. So that's when I told him about the washer and dryer. 20% off I got, plus the purple cloche. California avocado, the both of them, a matched pair. The washer has 4 different cycles, and it's got this little light around the dial, the kind that stays on all the time. So at night when we go down the basement, in the dark, we'll be able to see this little glow, even if all the other lights are off. And the dryer has this little bell that tingling, you know, when the permapress cycle is over, so that the clothes just don't sit there getting all creased in the hot air. They come out all fluffy and smooth, no ironing whatsoever. Did you ever see anything like that in your life? Christine?
It's nothing honest.
Oh, don't give me nothing. What is it?
My dad's a drunk. I can't make him stop. I don't know how.
Hey. Come here. Let go now. Let go. Let it go.
I want the feds notified of
This is not the first time this kind of glitch has happened.
Now, I heard it never steal anything small, but this is outrageous.
Women are moving up in the world. 10 years ago, this could only have been done by a man.
Us bankers, thick skins.
We're talking a possible mafia bank here. A major coup over the feds and the organized crime strike force.
This woman stole $100 million.
She's stonewalling us, Lieutenant.
This is no longer your business, ladies.
Put it down! Step back!
Now, mister, now! Put it down!
The standard colors are blue walls and white ceiling. It's departmental rules.
Let me understand something here. You want to go by the book?
Why don't we just have building maintenance do the painting?
Oh, sure. They'll say sure and schedule us for August 2001.
Fine. But I don't care how much paint you and Harvey have left over. I'm not wasting a weekend turning this place peachy pink.
Sergeant.
Yeah?
You have a gentleman caller. He says it's personal.
Excuse me.
Oh, Sarge, I gotta talk
Give
to
a
you.
person a break, huh?
Well, Mr. Plotnick, what a pleasant surprise. Mr. Plotnick, this is my partner, Detective Lacey.
Hello.
Mary Beth, this is Mr. Plotnick from the West End National Bank. My favorite teller. Mr. Plotnick watches a lot of TV, Lieutenant, and he used a pencil to pick it up in case of fingerprints.
All this belongs to your supervisor, Miss Dowling?
Right.
But you never called the bank examiners, is that correct?
I didn't what?
Call the bank examiners. How's that?
No.
He said no.
But isn't that normal procedure? Mr. Plotnick.
Yes. It's just that, well, Miss Cagney and I have been friends a long time. She visits me every Friday at the bank, always waits for my window. And I just thought that...
Just to be straight on the rules of evidence, Lieutenant, Mr. Plotnick mistook this attaché case for his own and opened it before he realized his mistake.
Miss Dowling's desk is the first one on the right.
Yes, ma'am. We have several ways.
Thank you.
Talk to you by week's end. Okay. Bye-bye.
Miss Dowling, I'm Sergeant Cagney. It's Detective Lacey.
What can I do for you, officers?
We have what you might call a lost and found situation here, ma'am.
Lost and found. I believe our Miss Joyce takes care of that.
Well, we understand that this is yours. If you can describe what's inside, then you can claim it.
I'm afraid I haven't the faintest idea.
Perhaps we should talk then with the bank president?
Oh, Mr. Wright's on vacation.
Then where's the vice president?
You're looking at her.
Miss Dowling, have you noticed any discrepancies in the bank's books recently?
Funny you should mention that. Last month's federal bank examination came up $26.45 short. Have you found it?
She's stonewalling us, Lieutenant.
But her story on the federal bank examination checks out, sir.
Doesn't mean she couldn't have done it 5 minutes after they left.
What about Plotnick? Is he a suspect? Well, if Dowling is all you got, where is she?
Under surveillance, sir. We would like permission to go round the clock.
By tomorrow, we should have print verification on the attaché case and the 100,000 inside it, so we can move on it.
I want the feds notified on this.
Done, Lieutenant. They should be in the bank before it closes tomorrow.
Warrants?
Applied for, sir.
Well, okay, you know what you're doing. Get the hell out of here.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Lieutenant? Not a bad day, partner.
Oh, Sergeant, you're so easy. A 6-figure felony with a quickie wrap-up. You're in heaven.
Ray Harvey called. Said don't forget to bring the number 15 sunblock.
Thank you, Sergeant. It's Harvey's Contractors Convention in Florida. This is the week, Christine.
Hence the personal days. Am I a detective or am I a detective?
Swaying palm trees. Tropical breezes. Walking hand in hand on a deserted beach.
Oh.
You and me, laying out on a double float in the pool.
Oh, baby.
Sipping on killer rum drinks with little umbrellas. Oh.
And all because you're married to the newest member of the Flushing Contractors
Association. Oh, Harvey, no more emptying potties or unmade beds. It's all room service now, Mr. Lacey.
Oh, you bet, babe. Hey, the FCA and the convention are only two of the perks. There's all kinds of activities for the wives.
Spouses, honey.
That's what I said.
Sweetheart, all contractors are not necessarily men.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got it.
Look, Dowling, we know you sold your condo. We know you applied for a visa to Nepal. We have your fingerprints on the attaché case and on the money inside.
Give Miss Dowling, because in a few minutes the feds are going to have a lot of questions. And believe me, it's easier dealing with us.
How long you been doing this? Who else is involved?
Excuse me.
What?
Which one of you is Sergeant Cagney?
Yo.
Agent Morton, FBI, Chief Bank Examiner, and my superiors are on their way. There's a substantial sum of money missing here, and I must ask you to cease and desist in your interrogation.
At ease, Morton. This is our perpetrator. We have her, and we have the money with her prints on it.
You've got the 100 million?
The what? Jeez Louise. Miss Dowling is ours, and we're taking her in.
I think you'll find you're on federal territory here. My colleagues from the Bureau are on their way. They're just waiting for a warrant.
You mean one of these here?
You can tell your pals that Miss Dowling has a new address, and it's the 14th precinct. Detective?
Was it some man, Miss Dowling? Did you steal the money for a man? Because we know how it is when someone you love has a drug problem.
Isn't this better left until my attorney arrives? There is no man, Detective. I took Mom's advice. Get a good education and don't depend on some man to support you.
What do you say we talk about the money, Miss Dowling?
All the heterosexual men my age are either married or sleeping under bridges.
Miss Dowling, can it? Where's the rest of the money?
On my back or hanging in my closet.
You don't expect us to believe that you spent $100 million on clothing.
Get real. I stole what you've got in that valise, plus maybe another 12,000.
Well, that accounts for about 1/10 of 1% of what is missing. Right now, you're all we've got. So unless you want to find out about a lot of other stuff your mother forgot to tell you, you better let us in on what's going on.
You think it's tough to find an eligible male in Manhattan? Well, your address is the Federal Penitentiary for Women.
Excuse me, Detective. Detectives, I'm Kate Ferber, Miss Dowling's attorney.
Hello, Kate.
The assistant district attorney will be here any minute.
Look, I'm not stupid. I know what you've got on me and what you don't. I stole a finite amount of money, for which I'm willing to make amends. As to the rest of it, I've got some ideas.
But I want to see some networking here. I want to know we can strike some kind of accommodation. Woman to woman.
I love it. An equal opportunity felon. Betty Friedan, what have you wrought?
Women are moving up in the world. 10 years ago, this could only have been done by a man.
That's not what I call progress, Mr. Felber.
You run this by Samuels. I'll get on the horn to my boss.
Lieutenant's gonna hate this.
I know. I'm sure it's a good deal, Thelma. I know. But I want David to have it, but $5,000 is all I can afford to give him. Oh, come on, Thelma. I am not negotiating with my own son. No, that's not true. That's it. That's all I got. I can't give him any more. Thelma, I'm in the civil service. What do you want from me, Thelma? You know, you should thank God, Lacey, that your kid is in the Marine Corps. I'll tell you that, because, you know, he'll at least have the GI Bill going for him when he wants to buy a co-op.
Oh, sad to say, so the benefits are not as
Lieutenant.
advertised.
Oh, come on, I told you, Cagney. Blue and white, those are the official colors, and there are no exceptions.
It's about the bank case, Lieutenant, not the bathroom.
What bank case? What are you talking about?
The West End National? The $100 million stolen?
You know, this Dowling, she probably stole the money because she needs it to help her kid buy a co-op.
She's small potatoes, Lieutenant. And she's willing to give us the whole scam, but in order to get it, we have to make a deal.
What kind of a deal?
Immunity from prosecution?
What?
No, not total immunity, sir. She will make full restitution to the bank and be on probation while undergoing therapy.
Therapy? This woman stole $100 million.
She only admits to $112,000, sir.
Huh. Yeah, come on in.
She's a small-time amateur, Lieutenant, but she can help us. We're talking a possible mafia bank here. A major coup over the feds and organized crime strike force.
Not to mention a major feather in your cap, huh, Cagney? You believe this, Steve?
Well, if her story doesn't pan out, the deal is off. Besides, if we don't move on this right now, the feds will snatch her away.
Therapy, huh? All right, but I want this completely and correctly written up in the fives, okay?
Right, Lieutenant.
Therapy.
Say thank you for the career maker, Feldberg.
When I'm mayor, I'll send you roses.
Right.
Sergeant, for you.
Thanks, Basil.
Anytime, Sarge. Have fun.
What is it, Sergeant? Listen to this. The vacationing Mr. Wright, president of West End National, is the son-in-law of mafia biggie Louis DeToyo, who just prior to being deported set his son-in-law up in the currency trade.
Bingo, it is a mafia bank.
And you're always telling me he's not too great.
This is not the first time this kind of glitch has happened.
Glitch. $100 million.
In the business, we call it flight capital.
Or laundered money.
Flight capital, a function of multinational banking. It means electronic flight from one account at one bank to another account at another bank. Blip, blip, that's it.
Blip, blip.
Nobody moves cash anymore. How do you think Marcos or Trujillo or the Shah of Iran got billions out of their countries? In suitcases?
That's how you were taking it.
Only because I dream small. Every time one of those electronic glitches hit...
Wait, back up a minute. What is a glitch?
It's like an electronic open cash drawer. A window. Big sums of money would miraculously disappear from the computer, and hours later they'd come back. Now, before that happened, I'd tack on an extra 100 or so, and that would come back too.
A little bit here, a little bit there. Before you know it, the pin money adds up to $112,000.
I'll meet with you later.
Careful, Josie, cancer.
The money never came back, and neither did the bank president. So we'll toss his apartment and find out where he's vacationing.
Chris,
What?
$1 million theft, I understand. 5 million, 10 million even. $100 million, Christine. How would you ever hope to get away with it? How would you hide it?
Depends. If you're Melda Marcos, you turn it into shoes.
Chris, $100 million.
I know I shouldn't be doing this, you not having to warn it all. But my cousin Ernie was on the force for 20 years, and he used to tell me the hassles y'all have to go through. So I'm sympathetic, if you get my drift.
Well, we can't tell you how much we appreciate this.
Well, there we are, the domicile of Mr. and Mrs. Robert Wright. I really shouldn't be doing this. You know, Well, I don't know. I mean, Ernie would tell me about the hassles, but a search warrant is one of our constitutional guarantees.
Well, here's another picture of Alexander Hamilton for your collection. Now, no one can question your patriotism.
You shopping for an apartment? This is no longer your business, ladies. Besides, we both missed him.
I do not enjoy laying out a double sawbuck only to be told by some federal suit to get out of his face and out of his case. His case. Can you believe it?
Christine, it's over. We cannot hope to compete with the federal government over who beats who in the race to find Mr. Wright.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Face it, that $20 wipes out our slush fund for a month. Plus, I am on my way to pina coladas and steamy nights in the parrot jungle. Sir?
How's your thief? Happy with a therapist?
Well, sir, it's a lot like a stolen credit card scam, sir. The trick is to charge like crazy before the card registers stolen using a computer window or glitch. On a much larger scale, of course, sir, and the whole thing has to do with multinational corporations and international currencies.
Okay. All right? Just write it up when it's complete.
Yes, sir.
In the meantime, Inspector Marquette would like to see the both of you on a double.
Fine. We'll head downtown right away, Lieutenant.
No, don't. He's at some task force headquarters, apparently very hush-hush. Here's where it is. Don't keep him waiting.
No, sir.
Yes.
All right, you two, I want to talk.
Place is a couple of blocks up.
Detectives, come on in. You know Agent Morton. And this is Assistant U.S. Attorney Whistler.
We are conducting a joint NYPD federal task force.
You familiar with West End National?
Absolutely, sir.
It's our case.
This happens to be a cooperative operation.
We're going to want depositions from you two, but you should know the key to this case is the bank's president, Robert Wright.
A very wrong guy.
Humor in the workplace. How unique.
We've been looking for him everywhere. Now, this morning, he telephoned us. Said he was willing to testify before a federal grand jury.
But he won't come in without an escort.
You get him down here.
Thank you, Inspector. Where is he, sir?
Upstate, town called Renfrew. His wife is already in protective custody.
I don't know if I like this idea.
I do. Well, it's supposed to be a joint task force, and it is our case.
Morton, don't try and squeeze out the NYPD.
Robert Wright's wife is Carla DeToya.
The daughter of the old gangster, sir?
Correct. He's been in the family bank for more than 20 years. It has interesting relationships with foreign banks. If Wright tells us what he knows, lights will go on in government buildings all over the world. We want to keep this guy cooperative. So, treat him with kid gloves.
When you get to the George Washington Bridge, give me a call. You'll be told where to deliver Wright.
Fine.
Any questions?
Bring him in. Seems simple enough.
And don't worry about Samuel. I'll clear everything for you.
Oh, my Lord, Chris, what am I going to do about Florida?
What's the big deal? We'll drop off our package. You catch the first flight out tomorrow morning.
You mean fly down alone?
I'll tell you what, while you're winking at the towel boys, I'll have the ladies who paint it, okay?
You're going to paint it?
I didn't say that.
We haven't even agreed on a color, Christine.
How about high-tech white?
Oh, white shows all the dirt. What do you want it to look like, a subway station? Soft colors are more relaxing. Everybody knows that.
Nah. Pastels are so Miami.
Oh, Harvey's gonna kill me.
Can't you call your inspector and tell him to take a rain check?
Sweetheart, there'll be parties all weekend.
Tonight's the welcoming luau.
Honey, listen, I want you to go on ahead to Florida without me. And I'll, sweetheart, I'll call you tonight in Miami and we could talk about it on the phone.
I don't think I should go without you, Mary Beth. We planned this trip together.
He went. I cannot believe it. Just like that, Miami bound.
You told him he should go without you.
You always say it's all right for them to go, Christine. They're not supposed to go.
We could have saved an hour if they'd let us use the thruway. Too many spy novels, Mary Beth. I tell you, the feds are up to their eyebrows in Cloak and Dagger.
Uh-huh.
This is a simple fetch and deliver detail. Mary Beth, would you stop mooning over Miami?
Not funny, Christine.
Hey, I'm just trying to keep it light here, okay?
Sure. Sure.
A map. How long do I stay on the yellow brick road?
Oh, we're good for almost 30, 40 minutes before we have to turn.
Nice-looking guy, huh?
Chris, if you see one of those stands on the road, stop, all right? You know, I want to get some fresh apples and maybe some maple syrup.
That's Vermont, Mary Beth.
Upstate New York happens to be a major producer of maple syrup.
Thank you, Miss New York State.
Muriel is babysitting the kids. The kids like maple syrup on their pancakes on Sunday morning, and I'm not going to be there because I'm going to be in Miami with Harvey. Is that all right with you?
Hey, I'm easy. Grandparents used to live out in this, pardon the expression, neck of the woods.
No kidding. Anything look familiar?
Yeah, you. Can't see a damn thing out there.
I hate being lost, Chris.
You hate it. I'm the control freak.
Oh, jeez. What is this now?
Do yourself a favor, lady, and turn around. It gets worse up ahead.
Do yourself a favor and get out of my way.
I don't want to say anything, Christine, but the animals are lining up 2 by 2.
Maple syrup in my ass. Kill for a drink.
The question is, my partner, who would you kill?
Do me a favor, will you, Mary Beth? Check the address here.
Flashlight. Mister.
Your little lady's lost?
Well, just a little bit, I guess. Sheriff,
Craddock.
Craddock.
It's a rough night for cruising. Things get boring in the city?
Actually, we just came up for some maple syrup.
You're in the wrong part of the state.
Well, we were misinformed.
What we do want, sir, is 74327 Pinewood Lane, Sheriff. It is a small world, isn't it?
Thank you, Sheriff. Actually, we're kind of late, and I'm afraid my uncle will be very worried. Hello?
All right. But you drive carefully. We don't have any gridlock up here in Renfrew. We really don't want any.
Thank you, Sheriff. And good night.
Do you think it's odd that a sheriff is hanging around outside the very house we're looking for?
Small town America, Mary Beth. That's where there's little crime in communities like this.
I think it's Inspector Marquette. Or the feds peeping over our shoulder.
Hey, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, okay?
Okay. All I know is where I come from, there's never a cop around when you need one. Is that it? And they told me crime doesn't pay.
I could be at the welcoming luau.
Man's only a thief. The bastard is dead.
Here's one thing about him.
What?
He plays a mean piano.
Chris, what are you doing?
Wait a minute!
You rang?
Excuse me. The NYPD, sir.
You know what?
What?
It was almost a year ago. My kitchen. You called me a drunk. It's been a hell of a year. I feel pretty good. Thanks.
Enjoy your dinner, ladies.
It was great.
Oh, yes, thank you very much.
The robes comfortable?
Yes, thank you.
How about you, Detective Lacey?
Everything. It's wonderful.
Why don't you get your bags, and we'll change our clothes and get out of here. Everything's wonderful.
You have a problem, Christine?
I have not seen this much drooling since Alice's first birthday party.
Whatever are you talking about?
Come on, Mary Beth, you have to admit the man is attractive.
I'm trying the phone again.
Of course. Silly me. Mary Beth Lacey, who has never looked at another man since her husband, Harvey, proposed to her when she was 14.
I was almost 21.
So your interest in Mr. Wright is strictly professional?
Absolutely.
I'll believe you, but thousands wouldn't.
Just because he's beautiful and polished and plays a mean piano.
It's been hitting on you ever since we got here.
All that I am doing, Christine, is escorting a suspected felon to the federal authorities to ensure his safe delivery into custody.
Whatever you say, Mrs. Lacey.
Voila. Want to pat me down again?
Once was enough, sir.
Not if you do it right. Okay, so let's get this show on the road.
Rubinstein was unique. He had a love affair with the piano. An honest-to-God romantic.
I'm a Horowitz fan myself. Did you see his Leningrad performance on the Charles Kuralt show? I'm so glad he's giving concerts again.
I was lucky enough to see Rubinstein at Carnegie Hall.
I love that place. The lights, the audience, it's great.
It's too bad what the renovation did to the acoustics. What do you think, Detective Lacey?
I think it's peculiar that a man such as yourself turns out to be nothing but a common thief.
Is that guy following us?
I don't think so. He's been with us for about a half a mile or so. We had another one for about a mile and a half before it turned off.
Want to slow up, Sergeant? See what he does?
I don't know. Just slide down in your seat, Mr. Wright, just in case. It's gonna pass.
So how'd you expect to get away with it? I mean, you're not Haile Selassie or Juan Perón. Where'd you think you were gonna hide it?
Detective, now you're being silly.
Why is that silly? I mean, I heard it never steal anything small, but this is outrageous.
Entire regimes are at stake. The American way of life.
Does this story have a little girl and a rabbit in it?
How about a war over the Falklands?
What, your bank invested heavily in South American real estate?
The government of Argentina needed something to shore up its popularity. Get people to rally around the flag. They knew England would have to defend the Falklands by sea, and that the French had a missile that could be an equalizer.
You an arms dealer?
No, just a banker. France was willing to sell Exocet missiles, but only for dollars. No pesos. Not even lira from a right-wing Italian group willing to foot the bill. Enter the U.S. of A.
Pardon me, but we supported England.
We didn't want Argentina to be humiliated.
So if all it cost was a few hundred lives, why not?
They were threatening to do business with the Russians if we didn't cooperate.
So you loaned Argentina the money?
At the request of our government.
And then the little girl followed the rabbit down the hall.
Well, funny kind of cynic.
Then Argentina lost the war and reneged on the loan, leaving your bank holding the bag?
I'm impressed, Detective.
The Falklands thing was a long time ago. What took so long for it to show up?
The technical movement of money stalled the inevitable. The Iran-Contra thing was the final nail in the coffin.
Don't tell me.
Oh, it's a shame Harvey's in Miami. He'd love this.
Yeah? Yeah, hello. I'm sorry if I woke you, Lieutenant. But I've been watching the news on the TV down here, and there's all this stuff about a big storm upstate.
Who's this?
I'm sorry, Harvey Lacey. Yeah, my ma is with the kids, and Mary Betsy hasn't called.
Lacey, what time is it now?
Yeah, I know. She's on this assignment upstate, but she was supposed to be back hours ago, and the desk sergeant, he hasn't heard from her. And, well, you know, I'm kind of worried.
Get down, Mr. Wright. And no matter what happens, stay there.
Yes, sir.
Hell of a night for a plant.
Ain't that the truth?
The locals have sense enough to stay inside on a night like this.
Yeah, well, we had a family squabble.
My uncle and I still don't get along.
What with the weather? Might have tried to bury the hatchet.
We heard on the radio that it might clear up.
If I were you, I'd find some place and sit this one out. The road's washed out up ahead there, but there's a motor in before that. It ain't very clean, but it's overpriced.
Well, thanks very much for your help.
Happy to oblige. Take it easy.
Yeah. Good night. He's got a point, Christine. I'm not going to make my flight to Miami in the morning.
Great. We can sit up all night singing Don't Cry for Me, Argentina. Okay, adjoining rooms in their west wing. Phones are blown out inside, too. Storm's washed everything away. Well, Norman Bates doesn't run the joint, but he'd like it. I'm gonna move the car.
We'll be safer if the car is out of sight. If that story you told us is true, there's probably certain people that don't want you to testify.
Living interesting times.
Hey, I'm sorry if I insulted you before.
No. No, us bankers, thick skins. You actually caught on very fast. Quite knowledgeable. International banking can be complicated.
You mean flight capital? All that.
Out of sight, out of mind? Mary Beth, don't you think we should give Mr. Wright a few minutes to get comfortable? Oh. Oh. Holler when you're decent. What's happening, Mary Beth?
I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought I'd check. Do you believe that story he told us about Argentina and all that?
Well, if he made it up, he's got a hell of an imagination. I'll say one thing. It's awfully cute to look at.
He seems to be intelligent.
Oh, come on, partner. Don't kid a kidder. Pheromones, Mary Beth.
Huh?
Sexual chemistry. Oh. It's how the boy ants tell who the girl ants are. Occasionally it happens with people.
Oh, this is ridiculous. And behaving like a teenager.
It's all right. I mean, there are millions of people in the world. Every once in a while, two of them connect. It's not a felon.
Yeah, but he's a felon. I'm getting all silly over a major felon.
I think it's nice.
You're sick.
How's it going in there, Mr. Wright?
Well, it's not the Ritz.
Well, Detective Lacey will be taking the first watch.
I'm not going in there.
Yeah, you are. Rank has its privileges.
Why does a modern woman choose a career in law enforcement?
I saw an ad on the subway.
How long you been married?
19 years and 3 months.
14 for me. It happened one night.
What did?
No, the movie.
Oh, sure. Claudette Colbert and
Clark Gable.
Sure, I love that movie. Oh. You mean, 2 people, 1 room.
Feel a lot safer if you moved closer.